Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science channel. Tonight we'll be exploring the remarkable and intricate realm of biology. This is the study of life itself. From the smallest cell that hums with unseen activity to the great forests and oceans that breathe around us, life is everywhere, tireless, unfolding in ways both familiar and utterly astonishing. The wonders of biology. Picture this: your own body is like an extraordinary library filled with secrets. Each cell is a book brimming with stories. And what a library it is. Those microscopic volumes hold a strand of DNA that, if unwound, could slither its way from Earth to the Sun and back multiple times. Forget your daily yoga stretch. This is the ultimate twist in a cosmic dance. Now, let's talk koalas. Those adorable eucalyptus munchers are not just cute, they're practically your fingerprint twins. Yes, you heard it right. Their precious little digits are so similar to humans that even the most seasoned crime scene investigators get confounded. Should a koala go rogue, convincing someone it's a human might just work, but I wouldn't suggest relying on that in a sticky situation. Speaking of sticky situations, have you ever wondered how trees converse? Seriously, it's not just us humans who like a good gossip session. Beneath the forest floor, trees are bustling like gossiping grandpas, exchanging notes through their roots. They share nutrients and send warning signals to each other about pests, all while we walk blissfully unaware. And you thought your family chats were complicated. And let's take a moment to appreciate the mesmerizing choreography of creatures around us. The hummingbird zips through the air like a miniature jet, heart racing at a dizzying 1,200 beats per minute. That's right, folks, while you're sipping your tea and taking a leisurely stroll, these feathered dynamo have their own version of a cardiovascular workout. Talk about taking a cardio class to another level. Now, let's travel from our tiny feathered friends to the giants of the sea. Imagine a whale, yes, the colossal, gentle titan of the ocean, setting out on an epic journey of thousands of miles. They're not just swimming, they're partaking in an ancient migratory dance that's been choreographed over millennia. Who needs GPS when you can follow the stars? Talk about elemental wanderlust. But wait, it gets more captivating. Every living creature possesses a vivid tapestry of DNA intricacies that are a mix of ancient relics and modern marvels. Each twist and turn of the double helix tells a story of survival, adaptation, and evolution, like a soap opera with more plot twists than we have episodes. DNA is the ultimate drama, packed inside every living being. Amid these fascinating tales, there's never a dull moment when we look at how life intersects. A tree conversing with its neighbors, a hummingbird's wild workouts, and koalas shaking their furry paws in solidarity with humanity remind us that life is not just a series of events. It's a riveting adventure, one that connects each of us in a web of existence that stretches across the globe. And while we embark on this expedition of cellular connections and living lore, let's not forget to show our appreciation. Give a little love to nature with a thumbs up, toss a like here and there, or drop a comment to share your thoughts. You never know who else might wander in, ready to join this wonderful journey into the wild and wacky wonders of biology. So, shall we continue our delightful exploration? Koala fingerprints are like little nature's jokes, revealing just how whimsically connected our species can be under a microscope. Those swirls and loops on their fingertips mirror our own, but fear not. This similarity isn't a plot twist in an evolutionary soap opera. It's just a delightful coincidence. Those ridges help koalas grip their favorite eucalyptus leaves and branches like deft little tree huggers, while we humans just get a grip on life. Now, imagine being a koala trying to hang onto a slippery eucalyptus leaf. Talk about a sticky situation. Thanks to their nifty fingerprints, they're able to nab every tasty tidbit with precision, and sometimes their unique brand of prints even shows up at crime scenes in Australia, sparking a giggle or two among amused investigators who knew that one day a koala's dexterous touch could be the highlight of a whodunit thriller. Now let's take a stroll down a much smaller path and meet the leafcutter ants, nature's OG farmers, marching in perfect little lines. These busy ants clip leaves, carrying them back to their subterranean homes. But, plot twist, they aren't munching on those leafy snacks themselves. Nope, they're using them to cultivate a specific fungus that serves as the grand feast for their colonies. Who knew that these tiny creatures had such a tantalizing take on agriculture, in an adorable twist that would make any aspiring farmer proud? These ants meticulously care for their fungal gardens, nurturing them with love and a sprinkle of their own bodily secretions to fend off pesky molds. Imagine hosting a dinner party with a frilly apron while also battling evil fungi. That's a party planner with a purpose. This underground farming endeavor has been around for millions of years, proving that farming is a time-honored tradition not exclusive to humans. Now, let's dive deep into the world of octopuses, where intelligence flourishes in the most unexpected way. Picture this, a brain not confined to a single squishy organ, but rather spread throughout its 8 fabulous arms. Talk about multitasking on a whole new level. These creatures possess a cerebral architecture that would leave many humans feeling utterly inferior. With arms that can make decisions all by themselves. Hold the phone. Can I get that kind of independence for my next dinner date? An octopus's arms can taste, feel, and even act out their own ideas, while the central brain is sipping coffee somewhere, making life decisions. Each tentacle is like its very own little brain on the go, perfect for snagging a snack or navigating through the depths of the ocean. It's like they're the original free spirits, proving that who needs a centralized brain when you've got 8 arms of unfiltered fun? Whether you're a koala with a fingerling finesse, a leaf-cutter aunt with your own farm-to-table delight, or an octopus sporting out-of-this-world multi-brained antics, nature throws out surprises around every corner. Evolution is a marvelous magician, finding quirky solutions to similar challenges across species. It's just too bad there aren't reality TV shows to showcase this wild diversity. We'd be glued to our screens in a heartbeat. Imagine an octopus hung in 10 with its arms flailing about, even after one of them decides to check out of reality. You see, when an octopus loses an arm, it doesn't just throw a pity party, it keeps on feeling and exploring its surroundings for hours. This brilliant design lets octopuses pull off their own magic tricks, like jar opening and maze navigating. Talk about multitasking, with abilities that make a Swiss Army knife look basic. These aquatic wizards redefine coolness underwater. Now, get this, our bodies are like hotels for trillions of bacteria. That's right, you're less a solo act, and more like a bustling metropolis filled with tiny tenants. The number of bacterial cells in your body actually outnumbers your human cells. These little buddies are mostly harmless, with some even doing us a solid by helping with digestion and vitamin production. Together, they form the magnificent microbiome, a living community that proves we're far from alone, one meal at a time. So, here's the scoop. Life isn't just an individual endeavor, but a grand team effort. This microbial army thrives in your gut, on your skin, and even in your lungs. Like an eclectic blend of roommates, they hop on the health train, working tirelessly behind the scenes, reminding us that every breath taken and morsel munched comes with unseen partners. Life becomes one big potluck, where everyone contributes to the survival feast. And if you thought plants were boring wallflowers, think again. Beneath the soil, they're like a secret society, sending chemical distress signals through their roots. When a plant is under threat, say, from pesky insects or a wicked drought, it sends out SOS vibes that can be detected by neighboring plants. These plant neighbors then buff up their defenses, like superheroes gearing up for battle. It's a silent yet sophisticated underground chat that keeps the green guardians of the earth on their toes. Ever wonder what a forest is really up to? Next time you stroll through a meadow, imagine all the right-minded plants sharing juicy gossip beneath your feet with their chemical whispers. They form a protective network that reveals a whole new world of interactions. It's like a community meeting, but instead of chairs and agendas, they have roots and signals. Nature is, quite literally, talking behind our backs. And now, for the piece de resistance, we have jellyfish pulling off a biological stunt that would make even the best sci-fi movies green with envy. Certain jellyfish have mastered the art of reverting to their youthful selves, making them biologically immortal. That's right, while we humans are stuck with aging regimens, these gelatinous wonders can flip their life cycle back to square one whenever the mood strikes. If they were your average office worker, they'd show up at staff meetings ready to present their high school diploma. This bumbling adaptation makes one realize that in the grand scheme of things, the wonders of nature are boundless and ever fascinating. Life, evolution, and survival shape our ecosystems in ways that tickle the imagination and inspire a chuckle. Just think what else could lurk beneath the surface of our everyday lives, waiting to spring a delightful surprise on us. From the crafty octopus to the wise yet silent plants, and the immortal jellyfish. There's never a dull moment in our world. We share this planet with astonishing beings, all adding their unique flair to life's wild ride. With every day we breathe, eat, or simply exist, remember that you're a part of a dazzling parade of interconnected lives, each performing its own special act in the wild world of time. Most animals follow a one-way ticket from birth to growth to the big sleep. However, Turtleopsis doni, that cheeky little jellyfish, has pulled off the ultimate party trick when life gets tough or when it's feeling beaten up. This remarkable creature can hit the rewind button, shrinking back to its youthful polyp stage. It's like pressing refresh on a browser, allowing it to grow anew and potentially live forever. Talk about a fountain of youth. But wait, before you start envisioning an immortal jellyfish army, it's not all smooth sailing. Sure, these gelatinous wonders might evade time, but they still have to contend with a few pesky predators and the occasional disease. If they can dodge those hazards, they could keep sprouting up like garden weeds. Scientists are practically salivating at the prospect of deciphering this enchanting renewal, hoping the secrets of the jellyfish might unlock the mysteries of aging and regeneration for us land dwellers. Now, let's talk about something that's brewing inside your own body, your stomach. Picture it as a churning cauldron of powerful acids potent enough to turn food, bone, and even metal to mush. But don't worry, your stomach isn't the villain here. It's lined with a special layer of cells that simultaneously produces a protective mucus, keeping its acid army at bay. It's a bit like having a superhero shield day in and day out, but even superheroes need a day off. Those gutsy protective cells, however, can't maintain their heroic stance forever. This is where the magic of regeneration comes into play. Your stomach engages in a continual cycle of renewal, shedding its old, worn-out cells like a snake sheds its skin. It's a relentless race against time to ensure you won't accidentally digest yourself from the inside out. So, next time you savor a delicious meal, give a silent nod to this uncelebrated miracle happening quietly behind the scenes. And speaking of tiny marvels, let's take a minute to appreciate the hummingbird, a creature so small it could easily get lost in your pocket. These feathered gems flip through the air with dizzying speed, their wings beating fast enough to look like shimmering blurs. While most birds take a leisurely approach to flying, hummingbirds celebrate life at a heart-thumping pace that would leave even Usain Bolt breathless. When these feisty little birds come to rest, their heart is already racing at several hundred beats per minute. But throw them into action, darting and hovering among the delicate flowers, and their hearts start pumping over 1,000 times a minute. It's like having a turbocharged engine, propelling them to defy gravity and dance through the skies as if they've defied all sense of physics. But hold on to your nectar, because this energy burst comes at a steep price. All that dazzling flight requires constant refueling. These industrious little fellas have to sip nectar from hundreds of flowers every single day. It's a full-time job that makes the hustle of city life seem like a walk in the park. Good thing these delightful creatures are equipped for the challenge, showcasing not only resilience, but also a charming persistence that transforms every bloom into a buffet. So, whether it's the jellyfish playing the ultimate game of life, reset, or the humble stomach regenerating to keep you healthy, or the dazzling hummingbird taking flight in search of sweet sustenance, nature is a treasure trove of wonder. Each imperfection in life's design holds stories of resilience, renewal, and a sprinkle of humor, a delightful reminder about the soaring possibilities wrapped up in tiny, fragile packages. At night, energy conservation kicks in for some adorable little creatures, leading them into a sleepy state called torpor. Imagine a tiny creature lounging around, metabolism hitting the snooze button, choosing a snuggly cocoon of rest over the hustle of life. It's a fine line between catching Z's and staying alive. With each heartbeat, they muster up the determination to power through the night, reminding us that beauty comes at a cost, as does the freedom of flight. Now, let's talk about our brains. This squishy mass of neurons, weighing just a tad more than a grapefruit, is a hungry little powerhouse. Believe it or not, it's like a glutton at an all-you-can-eat buffet, using up about a quarter of all the energy you take in. Who knew thoughts and dreams could be so demanding? Every flicker of consciousness, every pop of memory, is a mini electrical storm lighting up the mental sky, and it's still working even when we're blissfully clueless. When we close our eyes, the brain keeps the spotlight on. It doesn't just go dark. A persistent glow illuminates the pathways of our thoughts, like a secret rave in our heads, minus the disco ball. It's a symphony of electric impulses keeping everything in sync, managing body functions and sensations without us even being remotely aware. That's right, you've got your very own energy factory right between your ears, buzzing along quietly even in your sleep. Speaking of marvels, let's chat about slime molds. These feisty little blobs don't have brain cells, nerves, or any of the typical fancy organ jazz, yet still solve mazes like seasoned pros. Imagine a blob of goo weaving its way through a labyrinth, figuring out how to snag a snack at the end without getting lost. It doesn't even need a GPS, just good old chemical feedback and instinctive growth that suggests intelligent problem solving can blossom from the simplest forms of life. One particularly impressive experiment paired a slime mold with a maze filled with snacks. The mold took its sweet time, sniffing out dead ends before finally triumphing with the best route to the food buffet. The kicker, when scientists repeated the maze fun, the slime mold remembered the route and zoomed through even faster. This little blob said no more sightseeing, proving that even without brains, brilliance can still shine through. Now, let's dive into the world of whales' secrets hidden in the depths of their earwax. Just as trees mark their time with rings, these gentle giants carry tales of their lives within the sticky stuff in their ears. That's right. You can learn about the whale's life history just by analyzing their earwax. What a wild concept. Each year of a whale's life is recorded in these plugs, like a diary that could give us insight into their adventures and battles in the vast ocean. Imagine the conversations that would spark among marine biologists upon discovering a whale's earwax history. Oh, this one had a challenging winter back in 2005. They'd say, sifting through layers of waxy wisdom, it's like reading a history book, but with a whole lot more moisture and mystery involved. Who knew earwax could turn into a treasure trove of history? These quirky facts remind us just how extraordinary life can be. Whether it's our brains buzzing away like busy little bees, slime molds navigating mazes, or whales silently chronicling their journeys in earwax, the universe is a riot, full of strange and delightful stories waiting to be uncovered, proving that sometimes the most curious of beings can lead to the most fascinating discoveries. So next time you feel a bit sluggish or overwhelmed, just remember, the creatures of the world are full of surprises that make our everyday existence seem all the more enchanting. Picture the ear canals of whales as nature's very own time capsules, filled not with trinkets but with layers of wax. Every year, these impressive mammals add another layer, capturing the essence of their marine existence. It's like each layer is a diary page, chronicling their life experiences, pollutants they ingested, stress they faced, or a particularly boring Tuesday in the ocean. Who knew whales were such prolific memoir writers? And just like that, scientists become detectives. Meticulously analyzing these waxy archives, they discover secrets like the whale's age and its tumultuous moments. Was there a food shortage? Did they have a run-in with environmental toxins? Each waxy ring unveils a riveting chapter of life, revealing not just the whale's age, but defining moments, like the time they narrowly missed becoming lunch for a hungry shark. Take a moment to appreciate the fascinating world of fungi lurking beneath our feet. Ever heard of mycelium? Picture it as nature's version of Wi-Fi, but instead of streaming videos, it transports nutrients and messages. It's a hidden universe that could put your local city's communication network to shame. Fungi play the role of a backstage crew, connecting trees in a sprawling, unseen web. It's like the original internet, only dirtier and way more organic. In fact, the largest living organism on our planet is not a giant whale or a redwood tree. Nope, it's a single fungus in Oregon stretching over a whopping 2,000 acres. This epic fungal masterpiece has been quietly operating underground for centuries, enabling trees and plants to exchange vital nutrients like a cosmic bartering system. Talk about being the unsung hero of the forest. You see, while we strolled through the picturesque woods, we might feel like solo adventurers, but we're wrong. Beneath us lies an ancient web of life, densely packed with secrets older than any historical landmark. It's a bustling neighborhood of trees chatting about pest invasions and sharing resources like they're pooling together for a friendly potluck. The woods are basically a giant clubhouse for trees. Let's not overlook the incredible tardigrades, those plucky little water bears, living it up in some of Earth's most extreme environments. These micro-creatures are pretty much the superheroes of the tiny world, measuring less than a grain of dust. They've perfected the art of survival, when the going gets tough, these little champions simply curl into a ball, entering a state where they can withstand anything life or outer space throws their way. Radiation, no sweat, boiling temperatures, piece of cake. Astronauts have taken tardigrades into the vacuum of space, and these fearless critters shrugged it off like it was just another day at the beach. Their resilience is legendary, not to mention their talent for travel. Forget about first class. Tardigrades take cosmic road trips without even a seatbelt, as you can see. Life on Earth is a delightful jumble of connectedness and tenacity. From whales, shedding layers of history every year, to fungi weaving together the very fabric of the forest. Not to mention the remarkable tardigrades flaunting their survival skills in the face of oblivion. The natural world is a treasure trove of surprises. So, next time you step outside, remember, there's wild, incredible history happening just beneath your feet. Picture this. You've got a sluggish little creature known as perfectly equipped for disaster. When the going gets tough, they basically hit the snooze button on life. These tiny warriors can withstand boiling lava, dehydration, and even the vacuum of space. Once conditions improve, they shake off the dust, unravel, and start crawling about like a boss. Tardigrades remind us that life can bounce back from anything, even if it means interstellar hitchhiking in an icy rock. And then there's the enchanting salamander with a flair for regeneration, hailing from the lakes around Mexico City. Axolotls seem to think losing a limb is just a minor inconvenience. They grow back those lost appendages with the precision of a master craftsman. Bones, muscles, nerves, and even skin all restored without a hint of scar. Imagine if humans had that kind of ability. We'd be the ultimate party trick. Regrowing body parts while doing karaoke. The regeneration of axolotls is like watching nature's own sci-fi movie. Scientists have witnessed them sprouting back tails, spinal cords, and even snippets of their very own brains. Each time they regrow, it's as if they're saying, "What injury? I'm as good as new." The hope is that by studying these splendid beings, humans might one day uncover the secrets to healing our own injuries. Talk about a medical miracle with a side of adorable. But wait, there's more charming animal magic. In the bustling underwater dance of coral reefs, some fish redefine gender norms with a flip of a fin. Clownfish and their colorful cousins can switch their sex depending on the social climate of their little underwater communities. If the leading lady of the group swims off to the great anemone in the sky, the biggest guy takes her place, transforming into a female swift as a flash. This change isn't just a whimsical game of dress-up. Oh no. When a clownfish undergoes this transformation, it's a full-blown biological makeover. Think hormonal shifts, a revamp of reproductive organs, and behavioral changes that would make a reality TV star blush. All of this can occur in just a matter of days. Talk about making waves in the reef. This underwater flexibility not only showcases unique adaptability, but also hints at a social hierarchy that puts some sitcoms to shame. The fish play a sort of survival chess, where the stakes are high, but the rewards are even better. Their roles can shift faster than you can say fins and scales, ensuring the spotlight remains on their coral kingdom. In a world where everything seems so rigid, it's refreshing to see creatures like axolotls and clownfish showing us it's okay to reinvent ourselves. After all, who wouldn't want the ability to regrow a limb or magically change gender like a pro? Nature has cooked up some astonishing recipes for resilience and adaptability that could inspire even the most stubborn human. So, here's to these extraordinary little beings, axolotls, and their fishy friends. They not only exhibit the incredible resilience of life, but also sprinkle a dash of humor and charm into the natural world. If they can thrive and adapt, just imagine what we could achieve with a smidge of their daring spirit. We might just learn a thing or two about embracing change, maybe even while shedding some old skin ourselves. In the world of small, close-knit animal groups, survival isn't just about finding a partner. It's all about dancing to the rhythm of the community. It's fascinating to think that while humans cling to rigid identities, these creatures remind us that sometimes it's better to adapt like a chameleon than to stay stuck in our ways. The fluidity of identity is key to their existence, reminding us that a little flexibility might help us, too. Now, let's dive into the electrifying lives of electric eels. Yes, they're basically the living power stations of the underwater world. These slippery little powerhouses, surprisingly not eels, but a type of knife fish, house thousands of special cells called They can unleash an astonishing shock of up to 600 volts. Talk about a jolt. That's enough zap to knock down a full-sized horse. Let's hope the horses stay out of the water. But these shocking wonders don't just use their zaps as a defense mechanism. Oh no, when it comes to dinner, they send out rapid-fire pulses to paralyze their prey. Imagine this. 1 minute, you're a hapless fish just swimming along, and the next you've become a dinner guest for an electric eel. They even wield their weaker electric fields like a supercharged radar, sensing nearby creatures in murky waters. It's both awe-inspiring and a bit terrifying. Now, speaking of underground networks, trees are the unsung champions of communication. While they seem stoic above ground, beneath the soil, a bustling network of fungi connects them in a truly magical way. These partnerships establish vast highways known as mycorrhizae. Picture this, trees gossiping through underground channels like a social media network, sharing nutrients and even sending distress signals amid a fungal frenzy. Let's say a tree is soaking up the sun while another stands in the shade. The generous sun worshipper can send sugars down the grapevine, giving its neighbor a much-needed boost. It's almost like the trees are saying, "Hey, I got you, buddy." Oh, and when a tree is feeling ill or facing insect attacks, it doesn't go down quietly. Nope, it sends out a distress signal, urging its leafy friends to prepare for battle. Researchers have even dubbed older, larger trees mother trees. Why? Because these majestic giants funnel nutrients to struggling saplings in the shadows below. It's like they're holding the door open for the younger generation. Talk about nurturing. Next time you stroll through the woods, imagine the bustling conversations and nutrient handoffs happening beneath your feet. Don't forget about the deep-sea dwellers. Some fish have a talent even more dazzling than their surface counterparts. They produce their own light. Yes, these glowing beauties have evolved spectacular methods to illuminate the deep, dark ocean depths. They are like the night's twinkling stars, lighting up the inky abyss with their making the ocean floor a surreal dance party for creatures of the sea. So, whether it's electric eels zapping their way to dinner, trees sharing secrets under the earth, or glowing fish illuminating the deep blue, nature is a dazzling spectacle. Each creature possesses its own quirks, reminding us of the importance of adaptation, communication, and cooperation in the grand tapestry of life. Nature really does have a way of bringing the coolest parties together in the pitch-black wonder of the ocean's depths, where even light fears to tread. Some cheeky creatures have cracked the code to glowing. Enter by the cool trick where special cells or friendly bacteria turn chemical reactions into dazzling light shows. This glow serves as a dinner bell for hungry fish, a romantic beacon for lovebirds, or a clever smoke bomb to shake off predators. Who knew the ocean was basically the hottest club in town? Take the anglerfish, for example, sporting a snazzy lighted lure dangling from a prime real estate fishing rod on its forehead. It's like the deep-sea version of a neon sign advertising fresh fish here. Other fish get in on the act with light organs along their bellies, mimicking the ethereal sparkle of moonlight above, letting them blend in like oceanic ninjas in this shadowy realm. Light is the ultimate survival tool, a combo of deception and allure. Imagine yourself taking a swim in this eerie underwater nightclub, where flickers of luminescence twinkle like mischievous pixies. Each spark is a reminder that life is relentless, clinging to existence even in the deepest, darkest corners of the sea. Those vibrant blues and greens are not just pretty, they're savvy survival strategies as they travel the farthest through water. Mother Nature really knows how to throw a party. But let's not overlook the wonders of your own opaque existence. Did you know your body is like a super efficient factory, busy replacing red blood cells every 4 months? Inside your bones, in little chambers called marrow, miraculous production lines hustle away, cranking out millions of those tiny, disc-shaped heroes darting through your veins. They trot around, delivering oxygen to all the nooks and crannies of your body, playing delivery drivers in this cozy, warm ride. Now, before you get too attached to those red blood cells, remember that they live a short life, about 120 days tops. After shuffling through your system, they take their final curtain call, gracefully recycled by your spleen and liver. It's like a retirement community on the inside. Meanwhile, your bone marrow is always on the ball, churning out replacements faster than you can say new blood. Talk about a cellular refresh. Your body is constantly in the middle of a captivating dance, a rhythm of life and renewal, a blood ballet, if you will, from one season to the next. Your internal river of red cells flows, transforming and evolving. So every time you breathe in that sweet, sweet oxygen, You're tapping into a chorus of biological renewal that keeps you alive and kicking. Now, let's switch gears and talk about those majestic giraffes. You'd think they'd need a whole zoo's worth of neck vertebrae to support that lofty neck. Right, nope. These towering creatures share the same number of neck bones as you do 7. It's a bizarre twist of scale. They sport the same architecture, just stretched to epic proportions. Talk about taking long neck to a whole new level. This charming fact about giraffes adds a sprinkle of humor to the serious business of anatomy. Who knew these graceful giants are basically just tall humans trying to reach the top shelf? Their long necks are perfect for snagging leaves and generally making them the coolest creatures in the savannah. Hurrah for the blend of wonder and whimsy in the natural world. Giraffes are like the ultimate high-rise buildings of the animal kingdom, flaunting necks that can stretch over 10 inches in each vertebra. Imagine stacking those hefty bones up to the sky. They could be the envy of every budding skyscraper architect. But it's not just about the height. The giraffe's neck is a fine piece of engineering, complete with specialized valves in its circulatory system to keep that precious blood flowing. No fainting in the savannah for these majestic creatures with such remarkable anatomy. Giraffes dine on the top shelf goodies leaves that are out of reach for most other animals. Imagine being at an all-you-can-eat buffet and only you can access the top shelf. Talk about snacking privileges. Yet, what's truly enchanting is how this unique neck design offers a glimpse into our shared mammalian heritage. Yes, giraffes and humans sport the same number of neck bones. Who knew we'd have such a quirky commonality? Meanwhile, in the realm of insects, things get downright bizarre. Picture this. Some insects can literally strut around for days after losing their heads. Talk about a chilling twist on the undead. While we humans rely heavily on our brains for everything, including remembering where we left our keys, these little critters have a decentralized nervous system that allows them to continue life without a head. It's like they don't even need a brain cell to thrive. How's that for efficiency? Delve deeper into these creepy crawlers, and you'll find their survival tactics are exceptionally unsettling yet fascinating. Losing a head might sound like the ultimate horror scenario to us, but for insects, it's just another day at work. They breathe through tiny holes in their sides and can keep moving until they finally succumb to starvation or dehydration. It's a resilience that's almost heroic, if heroics involve being gross and kinda creepy. And then there's the pistol shrimp, a tiny dynamo packing quite the punch. This little crustacean has a claw that snaps faster than you can say seafood dinner, creating a bubble that can travel faster than sound underwater. Who knew a shrimp could hold its own in a Fast and Furious movie? When that bubble pops, it produces a shockwave powerful enough to leave its prey dazed or even deceased. Talk about cooking up a storm. But the pistol shrimp doesn't stop there. It's like a mini explosion factory, generating temperatures that would make the sun blush. Who would have imagined that such a small creature could create fiery explosions? When the bubble collapses, it doesn't just go out with a whimper. It flashes a burst of light, invisible to our eyes, but measurable. Like a secret club for shrimp pyrotechnics, the striking adaptations of the pistol shrimp are a comical reminder of nature's creativity. A tiny creature wielding more firepower than most of us could ever dream of. Just imagine what an average day might look like for this little shrimp suddenly taking on the role of underwater superhero, zapping prey while leaving onlookers in awe. Both giants like giraffes and pint-sized marvels like the pistol shrimp showcase the incredible whimsy of evolution. Whether it's reaching for treetops or creating sonic booms underwater, nature has ingeniously crafted these beings to survive and flourish in their unique niches. It's a wild world out there, one that struts, snaps, and surprises in equal measure. Imagine being a fish and suddenly hearing the underwater equivalent of a cannon blast. That's the alarmingly effective reality of the pistol shrimp, a tiny creature packing a wallop that could rival any oceanic explosion. This little crustacean, only a few centimeters long, has quite a reputation in the aquatic world for its super-quick claw snap that creates a bubble, which collapses with enough force to stun rivals and prey alike. Size, mere triviality. If you think viruses are just nasty little bugs, prepare for a plot twist. Enter the world of the virus equivalent of a parasitic ninja. These freaky fellows can't reproduce on their own, but when they hitch a ride on a giant virus, they commandeer its cellular machinery. It's a viral heist. While the giant virus believes it's in control, the veriphages are busy making copies of themselves and weakening the big bad virus, taking multitasking to a cosmic level. Can you imagine discussing the drama of a virus within a virus over coffee? The depth of natural complexity extends like a spider's web, weaving intricate connections and unseen rivalries. Scientists now realize that the microscopic world is not just a playground for simple squabbling parasites, but a grand chess game full of strategies and surprise relationships, driven by bizarre dependencies that would boggle anyone's mind. Speaking of webs, let's pivot to something even more dazzling: spider silk. You might think a spider's web looks about as sturdy as a strand of spaghetti, but get this, ounce for ounce, spider silk is stronger than steel. This natural amazement serves a purpose beyond decoration. It's a multifunctional marvel that spiders spin into existence for trapping prey or creating lavish homes. Now, the elasticity of this wonder material is off the charts too. Imagine if a strand as thick as a pencil could undertake the amazing feat of halting a jet mid-flight. Crazy, right? Of course, we'll never actually see that happen, except in our wildest imagination. But the awe-inspiring capabilities of spider silk have scientists scratching their heads in pursuit of replicating it, dreaming of possible uses that could range from medical sutures to bulletproof clothing. Each species of spider has its own specific type of silk for its own unique tasks. Whether it's creating a sticky thread to trap lunch or a solid line to keep its web intact, these eight-legged craftsmen showcase nature's incredible versatility. This leaves a lasting impact on the quest for innovative materials, as researchers desperately try to unlock the mystery of how these little arachnids produce such astonishing fibers. Ultimately, nature isn't just a habitat, it's home to bizarre, interconnected realities that go unnoticed. The antics of a mere shrimp or a delicate spider reveal profound truths about resilience and creation in nature's playground. The microscopic dramas and grand bizarre mechanics at work inspire awe, as we consider the fascinating power dynamics existing within the realms we can't even see. So, next time you think about the natural world, remember, even the tiniest creatures can wield phenomenal forces, while those that seemingly embody delicacy are, in fact, strong beyond measure. Let's raise a toast to the wonderfully weird complexities crammed into every nook and cranny of the living planet, where size is just a number and the drama runs deep. Have you ever marveled at the glistening webs that decorate your garden each morning? Those delicate strands aren't just lovely, they're engineering gems spun right from the nimble hands of our eight-legged friends. Each web is a testament to nature's creativity, showcasing a blend of art and functionality that would make any architect swoon. Seriously, who knew spiders could double as nature's very own civil engineers? Now, let's swim down to the ocean and sink into the world of coral reefs, shall we? These underwater marvels aren't just colorful splashes, they're bustling cities built by tiny creatures known as polyps. Imagine tiny architects no bigger than a pinhead laboring tirelessly to construct some of the most stunning structures on Earth. Over time, their calcium carbonate secretions have united to create sprawling reefs that stretch for miles, bustling with aquatic life. Talk about a real estate dream. Consider this. Coral reefs only cover a minuscule 1% of the ocean floor, yet are home to a whopping quarter of all marine species. It's like the A-list VIP lounge of the ocean. If a reef were a nightclub, it would be the one with the most dazzling lights and an exclusive guest list that makes even Hollywood jealous. The vibrant colors and shapes of corals remind us that the ocean is a secret gallery teeming with life, waiting for an admiring glance. But don't be fooled by those seemingly fragile structures. Coral reefs may look delicate, but they're designed to endure the tests of time and tides. Shaped by the gentle but persistent mouths and soft tentacles of their creators, these living fortresses protect a myriad of underwater critters, and as they sway in the ocean currents, they serve as a reminder that even the tiniest beings can create monumental changes in their habitats. Speaking of resilience, have you heard about the wood frog? This remarkable little creature is like the ultimate winter warrior. When the chilly winds howl and winter blankets the North American forests, this extraordinary frog goes through a transformation that sounds like science fiction. It practically freezes itself solid, stopping its heart and lungs, essentially hitting the pause button on life too. As temperatures plunge, the wood frog becomes an ice cube version of itself, with glucose flooding its cells to prevent damage. Picture a frog buried under a cozy heap of snow and leaves, completely immobilized. It's like the world's most dedicated nap before the ultimate spring wake-up call. Talk about a frosty hibernation hack. Who wouldn't want to take a month-long snooze like that? And just like that, when the sun's warm rays return, the magic happens. The ice that has encased our froggy friend begins to melt, and movement resumes as if no winter had taken place. The heart starts thumping, the lungs fire back to life, and voila, the wood frog hops away, ready to tackle whatever comes its way. It's a thrilling comeback that puts superhero revivals to shame. In a world where survival often relies on robust features and fierce tactics, the wood frog shows that sometimes it's about playing the long game. This quirky adaptation turns the harshest winters into mere inconveniences, proving that life can, indeed, be paused and resumed on nature's own schedule. So here's to the frostbitten heroes of the wild, reminding us of the enchanting tales hidden in the simplest of creatures. Imagine a massive, slow-moving Greenland shark just cruising through the icy waters of the Arctic. This magnificent beast can live for centuries. Yes, you heard right, centuries. Scientists believe that these sharks can stretch their lifespans beyond 400 years, making them the longest-lived vertebrates on the planet. Some of them were around before Shakespeare penned his masterpieces, swimming along and silently laughing at how our fashion trends keep changing. Talk about an ancient hipster. As if that wasn't impressive enough, Greenland sharks grow at a snail's pace, literally. They only add a centimeter or two to their length each year. At this sluggish rate, it takes over a century for them to reach maturity. The science of their longevity is still an enigma, but experts think their serene, chilly environment and a remarkably slow metabolism could be the secret source for their longevity. These guys are like the wise old sages of the sea, watching the world spin above the ice while the rest of us rush around. Imagine being a Greenland shark, gliding gracefully through the water while ancient empires rise and fall overhead. These majestic creatures are like living time capsules, embodying hundreds of years' worth of ocean memories. They've seen it all, perhaps even witnessed the signing of important history while providing us with insta-worthy moments of underwater wonder. Talk about being the quiet observers of history. It's like they have the ultimate VIP backstage pass to the world. Now, let's dive into the world of humans. Did you know that our fingerprints are as unique as a snowflake? And yes, they won't melt away. Every person carries one-of-a-kind fingerprints that practically scream, "I'm an original." Even identical twins, with their closely matching DNA, develop distinct patterns in those swirls and loops. It turns out that our fingers are all about randomness and genetic guidance, somewhat like a cosmic lottery of skin. Once those fingerprints are etched during our time in the womb, they become permanent. This tiny detail makes them a hot ticket for forensic scientists who have relied on them for more than a century. It's amazing, really. While fingerprints help solve crimes, they also illustrate a deeper truth. Life is about those small details that make us who we are. It's as if we're all wearing personalized signatures that tell the story of our individuality. Speaking of signatures, let's talk about our feathered friends. Birds have an incredible superpower. They can see ultraviolet light, unlike us mere mortals, whose eyes are stuck in a color spectrum from red to violet. Birds get the whole rainbow experience, including the shades we can't even fathom. They flaunt an extra type of photoreceptor that unlocks a secret world of colors. And trust me, it's the VIP lounge of visual experiences. Imagine the wild world that birds soar through, replete with colors glimmering in the UV spectrum. Flowers look like neon lights to them, and that's not just a metaphor. While we stumble around in a sea of regular colors, birds are out there in their colorful wonderland, casually showing off their blank canvas of visual perception. Next time you see a bird, just remember that it's not just enjoying the scenery, it's seeing a vivid, ultraviolet utopia that we can only dream of. So, whether it's Greenland sharks swimming gracefully through centuries of history or birds flaunting dazzling colors beyond our reach, it's clear that nature has some unique surprises tucked away. From the depths of the sea to the heights of the sky, there's magic in the details. Next time you step outside, take a moment to appreciate these extraordinary living beings around you. You never know what hidden marvels the world holds. Birds possess a secret world painted in colors and patterns that would make even the finest artists envious. While we admire their seemingly plain feathers, they are vibrant canvases hiding ultraviolet messages like nature's neon signage. These vibrant hues help avian buddies recognize each other, cozy up with potential mates, or even play hide and seek with lurking predators. It's like their own invisible paint job, turning every ripple of the breeze into a survival strategy. Imagine stepping into a realm where every flower is a beacon, clad in invisible patterns begging for attention from birds and critters seeking sugary nectar. With specialized cameras, scientists have unveiled this vibrant world, showcasing a kaleidoscope of secret signals that thrums with life. Birds are living in a multidimensional universe, dazzlingly colorful and alive, while we humans plod along, blissfully unaware of the visual extravaganza whispering all around us. While birds float through their vivacious skies, let's take a moment to appreciate the true heavyweight champion of the planet, the blue whale. This majestic marine mammal is no ordinary creature. It's Earth's largest animal, flaunting girth and grace that make dinosaurs look like little lizards. Just picture it, a heart the size of a small car pumping life's essence through a body longer than a bus. That's a heart with some serious clout, echoing through the depths like an oceanic drum solo. But don't expect this heart to race through the sea like a caffeine-fueled hamster. It beats leisurely, only occasionally waking up from its slumber with a mighty thud. This deliberate pace saves energy as the blue whale floats dreamily beneath waves, a titan of tranquility in the vast blue. Each heartbeat resonates like a solid reminder of life on a colossal scale, dwarfing our own quick-paced rhythms and reminding us just how small we are in the grand scheme of things. Now, let's dive into the whimsical world of seahorses, where the males take center stage in parenting. These charming little creatures sway gracefully in meadows of secret, flaunting their quirky curves, but it's their parenting style that really sets them apart. Forget the traditional roles you've learned when it comes to seahorses. Dad dons the baby carrier while mum does the egg laying. Talk about flipping the script on gender roles. When the female deposits her eggs into the zany brood pouch of her partner, it's like giving him a front row seat to the miracle of life. He lovingly fertilizes them, while offering a spa-like environment, complete with oxygen and proper nutrients. Imagine a mini womb right smack on his belly. With all the tender care, a developing embryo could dream of a cuddly, cozy abode where the magic happens. This pouch doesn't just hold eggs, it's like a trendy incubator, adapting to the needs of the growing youngsters. Just think, while you're busy making toast for breakfast, a seahorse dad is busy trying to ensure the proper chemistry for his future fry. It's a heartwarming twist on parental duties that flies in the face of convention and leaves you chuckling at nature's delightful sense of humor. So, as we marvel at the secret hues of a bird's canvas, the grandeur of a whale's heart, or a seahorse's dad bod, let's celebrate the wonders of the animal kingdom. Nature has its quirks, dazzling displays, and monumental marvels that humorously remind us that there's a whole world out there beyond our everyday lives, full of surprises and enlightening moments, waiting to be discovered. Picture this, a dashing male seahorse, not just a pretty face, is about to put on quite the show. This charming fellow undergoes muscular contractions, giving birth to a mini army of dozens, sometimes even hundreds, of tiny seahorses. Talk about multitasking. In this aquatic romance, both parents take on active roles, ensuring the survival rate skyrockets, with dads cradling tiny lives in their pouches. It's a heartwarming display of teamwork in the still, gentle waters. Meanwhile, on the sunlit savannah, the cheetah is the ultimate speed demon. These feline athletes are designed for one thing: velocity, in just a heartbeat. A cheetah can blast off to a jaw-dropping 70 miles per hour. Forget about those speedy sports cars. They've got competition in the animal kingdom, with long, flexible spines that coil and stretch like a well-tuned spring. These kitties are the true definition of fast. But hold on, this thrilling burst of speed comes with a price. After an exhilarating sprint that would leave you breathless, the cheetah's body starts to overheat. Yup, that cheese on toast moment in the kitchen happens real quick, in less than a minute. This furry rocket must hit the brakes or risk a serious meltdown. Talk about a fantastic yet fleeting spectacle, catching agile prey like Dazel's demands all their finely tuned cardio expertise. Now, let's shift gears to a world where nothing is quite what it seems. Meet the carnivorous plants. You wouldn't think that plants could be hunters too, would you? In the harsh realms of nutrient-poor soils, they've devised their own killer strategy: trap and devour unsuspecting insects. Picture pitcher plants and Venus flytraps, all decked out with flamboyant colors and deliciously sweet aromas, ready to snag their next meal. Once a flying bug ventures into these botanical jaws, bam, the trap snaps shut faster than you can say photosynthesis. It's a gritty, gory affair as enzymes work their magic, dissolving the insect's soft tissues. Talk about plant power. They turn those tasty little critters into nutrients and minerals that keep them thriving where others would just wither away. Who knew a leaf could double as a stomach? And let's not forget the incredible fact that our own bones are on a never-ending rollercoaster. Sounds wild, right? While they may seem like a solid structure straight out of a horror movie, our skeletons are having a constant makeover. Yep, every single day. Your bones are undergoing a serious rift, breaking down and rebuilding like they're training for the Bone Olympics or something. Every light moment of laughter aside, this transformation is an important aspect of keeping our bodies running like a well-oiled machine. Our bones are dynamic, constantly adapting to life's little challenges. From a casual stroll to a surprise sprint across the street, they're always on duty, ensuring we can keep up with life's relentless pace without breaking a sweat. As we race through the various vintage and modern marvels of nature, whether it's a tiny seahorse doing its baby daddy dance, or a cheetah that can go from zero to hero in seconds, we gain a deeper appreciation for the wonders of the living world. And don't forget the cunning plants that blur the lines between hunter and prey. They teach us that survival is sometimes stranger than any fiction. Life is delightful, chaotic, and absolutely brimming with laughter. Every day, a tiny but mighty duo of cells, osteoclastas and osteoblasts, are hard at work performing a delicate balancing act inside your bones. Osteoclasts are the demolition crew, breaking down old bone tissue, while their buddies, the osteoblasts, spring into action like eager construction workers, building new bone. It's a never-ending job that keeps your skeleton strong, flexible, and ready to heal from wear and tear. Talk about teamwork. Believe it or not, in about a decade, your entire skeleton gets a makeover. Hello, fresh bones. This impressive renovation isn't just for aesthetics. It's all about adapting to your lifestyle. When you exercise, your bones become like that friend who can lift heavy furniture, growing stronger under pressure. On the flip side, if they're neglected, they might get a little flimsy. Who knew our bones were such drama queens? Now, stay with me. Even those tiny, pesky fractures get the VIP treatment from your body. Often, they're fixed up quietly before you even have the chance to notice anything's off. Your bones are like secret ninjas, tirelessly working behind the scenes, a never-ending construction project that's as adaptable as your favorite pair of workout shoes. It's a life upgrade you didn't even know you needed. Speaking of oddities, let's dive underground, where the naked mole rats rule, living beneath the hot, sandy soils of East Africa. These quirky creatures are not just hairless but also a pain-free wonder. You see, when it comes to acidic environments, while other mammals are crying in agony, these little chaps are just yawning. They're wired differently, lacking the usual nerve pathways that signal pain from acids. Talk about having a sweet deal. Why are they so impervious to pain, you ask? Well, their subterranean homes are often thick with carbon dioxide, which can turn their tunnels into funky acid hotboxes. So, these resilient critters have evolved the ultimate hack, ignoring distress signals that would send other mammals into a frenzy. They're living proof that if you can just endure, life underground is a breeze. Researchers love them and are studying their secrets for human pain management. Now let's flutter to the world of butterflies. These creatures may flutter gracefully through gardens, but they're not just beautiful, oh no, they've got a nifty trick up their sleeves. Instead of whisking away like picky eaters, butterflies can taste with their feet. Yes, you read that right. Each leg is equipped with tiny sensors that allow them to determine if a plant is suitable for their future caterpillars, simply by landing on it. Talk about gourmet foot tasting. Imagine a world where your feet give you a heads up about lunch. So when a butterfly perches on a leaf, it's not just looking pretty, it's actively checking for nourishment for its little ones. The chemicals in the leaf communicate whether it's a 4-star buffet for hungry caterpillars. Talk about intuitive eating now. That's what I call multitasking. And if that's not enough, these fancy-footed insects also utilize their super taste sensors to sniff out the best nectar-rich flowers, saving their precious energy. No bit-and-run tactics here. Instead, they can zoom in on their culinary delights with a single landing. Imagine being able to taste every step you take. The world would be one delicious adventure. So, whether it's our bones building themselves up, or naked mole rats hustling underground without a care, and butterflies sampling their food with style, nature has an astonishing way of adapting. Who knew science had such a sense of humor, with creatures showcasing flexibility and function while keeping things quirky? Isn't life just a charming tapestry of curious adaptations? Butterflies are tiny aerial acrobats, soaring through the air with an air of regal elegance each time they land. It's like a thrilling choose-your-own-adventure story, navigating a buffet of blooms and deciding which nectar feast to indulge in. In their world, every flutter and rest is an exploration of the sweet friends and enemies waiting for them, making critical survival choices in a landscape full of fleeting opportunities. Now, shift your gaze to the king of desert weirdness, the horned lizard. This pint-sized reptile sports an arsenal of oddities, including a blood-squirting defense mechanism. Imagine being so bold that when threatened, instead of running, you decide to dazzle your foe with a blast of crimson. These hardcore lizards can shoot streams of blood from tiny vessels near their eyes, startling predators and making them question their life choices. Talk about a shocking surprise. But wait, it gets better. This crimson cocktail isn't just for show. Sometimes it contains chemicals that taste about as pleasant as licking a cactus. Coyotes and other would-be attackers are often sent running with a nasty aftertaste they won't soon forget. It's like a built-in, gross-out feature that says, "Go ahead, take a bite if you dare." For these lizards, the world is full of challenges, and they have evolved the ultimate party trick for survival. Interlude. Let's shift gears and celebrate our own remarkable peepers. Did you know that the human eye can distinguish between a mind-boggling array of colors? The cones within our retinas are like tiny, vigilant artists, responding to red, green, and blue wavelengths to create the vibrant palette we see. This ability to perceive colors isn't just about beauty. It's an essential life skill that has helped humans identify delicious ripe fruits or recognize the emotional hues of a friend's face. And if you thought we had it all figured out, meet the rare bees with a superhuman ability called tetrachromacy. These lucky folks can see colors invisible to the rest of us, mere mortals. Imagine looking at the world through a kaleidoscope that never stops turning. It must be like a visual party every single day, with graffitied hues in every direction. Color is the unsung hero of survival, woven into every vibrant sunrise, dazzling flower, and frolicking flame that surrounds us. In a way, our world is a living canvas, splashed with extremes that offer both beauty and crucial messages. The difference between the smiles on our friends' faces and the shade of green in a vast field is a symphony, all played by our eyes. Now, let's not forget the microscopic MVPs of our planet, certain bacteria that have taken recycling to a whole new level by feasting on plastic. These little warriors might be tiny, but they're on a grand mission to clean up the mess we've made. It's as if they're hosting a no more plastic party, inviting anyone who has had enough of our human pollution to join in on the feast. So, while we humans rely on colors and horned lizards unleash their shocking defenses, these super microbes are quietly orchestrating a revolution. In a time when we often feel overwhelmed by our power over nature, these tiny bacteria remind us that every creature has its own role in the wonderfully complex web of life. Whether it's bleeding from your eyes or transforming waste into nutrients, survival hacks are more brilliant than we could ever imagine. In a world stuffed to the brim with plastic trash, it turns out the tiniest creatures might just be our best mates. Meet the plastic-eating bacteria. These microscopic champs chow down on polyethylene terephthalate, a fancy name for that annoying plastic lurking in every bottle and candy wrapper. They have a party trick. They secrete enzymes that slice the long chains of plastic into bite-sized morsels. Although they're a bit slow in their munching game, their potential offers a glimmer of hope for eco-warriors everywhere. Picture this. Scientists are on a quest, donning lab coats and wielding beakers, all in pursuit of hypercharging these little enzymes. They want to turn these bacteria into recycling superheroes. Talk about a biotechnological breakthrough. The idea that such minuscule organisms could help us tackle our gigantic pollution problem is both a call to action and an inspiring reminder of nature's knack for solving our messes. Who knew a tiny bacterium could hold the key to cleaning up our planet? But the wonders of nature don't stop there. Enter the starfish with its 5 dazzling arms, which can regenerate whole limbs like it's a scene straight out of a superhero flick. Imagine losing an arm to a hungry predator, only to grow it back over time. Starfish possess a magical set of stem cells that activate whenever they face a loss, patiently rebuilding what's gone. Muscles, nerves, and all. Talk about having a remarkable way to bounce back. You might find the whole regeneration process takes quite a while, months, even years. But hey, life in the ocean isn't exactly a race, is it? The steady, methodical approach of a starfish is a lovely reminder that resilience comes in many forms. Those calm tide pools where they hang out are more than just homes. They're literal symbols of renewal. Each starfish flaunts the stellar ability of starting over after a setback with grace. Now, let's take a wild turn into human DNA, where things get even spicier. Did you know there are little snippets of ancient viruses lurking in our genetic makeup? Yup. Those cheeky invaders snuck into our ancestors' reproductive cells ages ago, leaving behind bits of their genetic info. It sounds like the plot twist of a sci-fi novel, but this is just ordinary human history. It's amazing to realize that some of our DNA comes from unwelcome guests, and it's been passed down for generations, like a family heirloom. These viral sequences might sound like intruders, but they're not all bad news. In fact, they've been staying in our genome longer than most of us can comprehend, becoming permanent inhabitants. It's like having uninvited house guests who still manage to contribute to the decor over time. Some of these pesky bits have even played key roles in shaping human evolution and our immune responses. Talk about making the best of a bad situation. As crazy as it may sound, it shows us that life, in all its forms, has a unique way of adapting and evolving. Just like the starfish rebuilding its arm or those bacteria munching on plastic, humans have their own wildly fascinating story woven into our own genes. The surprises of our past remind us to embrace change, resilience, and the unexpected, because who knows what treasures we might unearth within ourselves. So, as we gaze into the depths of science and nature, it's hard not to feel a mix of humor and wonder. Whether it's the humble yet mighty bacterium unearthing our trash, the resilient arm of a starfish, or the quirky remnants of ancient viruses in our DNA, these tales intertwine into a colorful narrative of existence. After all, life has a funny way of showing us that sometimes the best solutions come in the most unexpected and charming packages. Did you know that about 8% of your DNA might be from ancient viruses? Yep, that's right. Science reveals we're practically walking time capsules packed with viral history. While most of this genetic material is rather lazy and inactive, some fragments have cleverly adapted over evolutionary time. They've even pitched in to help us with immune responses and the development of the placenta. Talk about a team player. We're literally carrying the remnants of epic viral battles right in our own cells. Imagine your own DNA as a thrilling tale of survival and adaptation, where ancient viruses tried to invade, but ended up as part of the family. If that doesn't make you feel like a superhero, I don't know what will. So next time you gaze into the mirror, remember, you're not just human. You're part virus, an amalgamation of deep time drama. It's like a plot twist that even the best sci-fi writers couldn't concoct. Now, let's venture into the depths of tropical forests, where some fungi have a wickedly diabolical plan. Meet the infamous Ophiocordyceps. This creepy little fungus doesn't just grow. It turns unsuspecting ants into tragic heroes of a horror flick. Once its spores latch onto a poor ant, they infiltrate and assume control of its body like a villain in a B-movie. Talk about a case of you are what you eat, or rather, what eats you. As if that wasn't eerie enough, the fungus then messes with the ant's nervous system, compelling it to leave its cozy colony and haul itself up on some vegetation. There, the poor ant clamps down, becoming a literal host to this monstrous growth. It's like a twisted game of stay put, with a real-life zombie twist. And just when you think it can't get worse, a stalk erupts from its head, raining down spores like confetti at a dark parade. Nature can be a real thriller, can't it? Switching gears, let's dive into the ocean and meet some of the smartest buddies out there, dolphins. It turns out, these sleek sea creatures have a knack for communication that would put most humans to shame. They don't just whistle randomly. Each dolphin has its own unique signature whistle, effectively acting as its name. Imagine living in a world where everyone has their own theme song that plays whenever you call them. Dolphins use these signature sounds to keep tabs on their friends while navigating the sometimes murky waters. It's like their own version of texting in an underwater group chat. If they drift apart, these intelligent creatures whistle to regroup, demonstrating a sense of social connection that is both charming and fascinating. Now, that's a sociable sea cow, if I ever heard of one. But hold on to your flippers, because things get even juicier. Dolphins not only know their names, but can also learn to imitate and call out to other dolphins using their unique whistles. It's like they have their own social network going, calling out to their pals across the ocean. Forget calling each other by species or general identifiers. They're addressing each other by actual names. The ocean is basically one large aquatic coffee shop filled with friendly chatter. This delightful dolphin chatter signals more than just intelligence. It reveals a sense of individuality and recognition. Each dolphin acknowledges their identity and connection like some well-organized community. So next time you think of a dolphin, just remember, they're not just swimming around, they're living their best lives, calling each other by name, and proving that sea and social life go hand in hand, dancing between the realms of survival and connection. Nature truly has a way of intertwining amazing feats with the weirdest of episodes. From ancient battles embedded in our DNA to dolphins claiming their names in the waves, our world is packed with astonishing stories that keep us questioning what we think we know about life. Who knew science could be this entertaining? Let's keep discovering together in the depths of the ocean. Dolphins are the social butterflies of the sea. These playful creatures have a unique way of communicating. Each one has its own vocal signature that helps them recognize friends and family in the vast blue. Picture them sharing gossip, laughing, and planning their next splashy adventure as they ride the waves. It's a chatty underwater world where every flip and click has a purpose. As engaging as a well-scripted sitcom. Now let's switch gears to the Venus flytrap, the underappreciated ninja of the plant kingdom. With its flashy hinged leaves that snap shut like a closing curtain, it lures unsuspecting bugs into an entrapment dance. But don't think this plant is just swinging blindly. It's got some serious counting skills, waiting for a second touch before delivering the ultimate shutdown move. Nature's own version of a suspense thriller. Who knew a plant could be so dramatic? Once that trap is slammed shut like a door on an uninvited guest, the plant is just getting warmed up. This green assassin keeps tallying the wriggles of its captured dinner, ensuring it's a meal worth digesting. It cleverly releases enzymes to break down its prey, showcasing a level of patience and calculation that rivals the best of us. I mean, who doesn't want a little flair for the dramatic while munching on some crunchy snacks? Let's dive into the human gut, which is basically a tiny metropolis filled with trillions of tiny residents. Your digestive system is home to an entire ecosystem, bustling with bacteria, fungi, and other wonderful microbes. Think of it as the coolest party in town where every organism has a job. These microscopic helpers break down your food, create vitamins, and even throw mood-enhancing chemical signals your way. They're the unsung heroes fueling your survival. The uniqueness of each person's gut microbiome is mind-blowing, shaped by what we eat, where we live, and even how we entered the world. It's like having a secret recipe only you can cook up. In fact, you're a walking, talking community. Forget being just a single entity. You're more like a lively neighborhood buzzing with activity, where the inhabitants work hard to keep you fit, healthy, and grooving. And speaking of unique adaptations, let's hop into the world of kangaroo rats. Dwelling in North America's arid deserts, these feisty little critters have cracked the code on survival. They're true desert ninjas, never needing a sip of water. Instead, they play a clever game of extraction, sipping moisture directly from their seed meals. Diet-approved hydration. Only these tiny wonders could pull that off. Their kidneys are built like a high-efficiency water filter, concentrating urine to save water like it's going out of style. Talk about resourcefulness. And just when you think they can't be any cooler, they've got supernasal passages designed to keep that precious moisture from escaping when they exhale. Nature sure knows how to throw curveballs. In summary, from diving dolphins and cunning plants to gut bacteria and desert acrobats, the natural world never ceases to amaze. Each species has its own charm, showcasing that smarts and survival skills come in various forms. Life can be witty, startling, and downright fabulous. Whether you're a bouncing rat, a leafy trap, or the bustling community inside a person's belly, who's ready for a nature documentary? Kangaroo rats are the crafty ninjas of the desert, stealthily tunneling below the unforgiving sun. Imagine being able to chill out underground while the world above turns into a fiery oven with their amazing adaptations. These little furballs thrive in places where water is as rare as a unicorn sighting. Watching one hop around is like witnessing nature's perfect blend of resilience and ingenuity, showcasing hidden talents that flip dryness into a cozy home sweet home. Then there are the glowing wonders of bioluminescent plankton, the disco balls of the ocean. Picture this: on warm summer nights, the waves crash, but instead of just a sea spray, we get dazzling ghostly blooms. These tiny doflagellates put on a light show every time they're disturbed. Swimmers splashing around might as well be swimming through a galaxy, creating sparkling trails that feel like you've dived into a dreamscape. Honestly, who needs a night out when nature serves this magical spectacle? As the waves glow like a starry night, the plankton cleverly use their illuminations for survival. This shimmering show might give them an upper hand against predators, freaking out some hungry fish while dazzling the rest. To us, it's pure enchantment, turning the shoreline into a magical realm where every splash feels radiant. It's nature's way of reminding us that even the tiniest creatures can make waves, literally. Now, let's dive into the world of orchids, the ultimate tricksters of the plant kingdom. With their elaborate flowers that toy with the minds of unsuspecting insects, orchids have mastered the art of deception. Some of these floral guppies go so far as to mimic the enticing looks and scents of female bugs. Talk about commitment. Male insects, thinking they've hit the jackpot, try to get close and inadvertently end up with their pollen-coated behinds, spreading the love from flower to flower. But wait, there's more. Some orchids don't stop at mere visual trickery. They charm their way into hearts with fragrances that smell like food. Hungry pollinators can't resist, and in their quest for a snack, they end up doing a little unintentional dance of pollen distribution. It's like a buffet for bugs, and the orchids are the cheeky hosts that get a lift with zero effort, no nectar needed. Thank you very much. This elaborate ruse showcases that in nature's grand theater, you don't need to flex muscles. Sometimes, a bit of cunning will do. Orchids have taken the delicate art of survival up a notch, turning their reproductive efforts into an elaborate game of deception. And with over 25,000 species of orchids out there, there's no shortage of trickery to admire. Each flower is like nature's own work of art, a cleverly crafted illusion that takes center stage. Watching an orchid in bloom gives off vibes more akin to a magician's reveal rather than a simple plant. It's a slow-motion sleight of hand, and these planters remind us that life can be about strategy, charm, and the occasional playful ruse. In a world where adaptability is key, kangaroo rats and orchids show us that survival can be an adventure filled with laughter and clever tactics. Whether it's the magnificent glow of the ocean or the mesmerizing tricks of a flower, nature paints a masterpiece that never ceases to enchant. We may just be mere spectators, but what a thrilling show it is. Crocodiles are like the ninjas of the animal kingdom, masters of stealth with a caffeine-free lifestyle. When they take a dive, their heartbeats slow down to a crawl, sometimes just 2 or 3 beats per minute. Imagine holding your breath underwater for an hour, waiting for an unsuspecting drinker at the riverbank. It's like an extreme patience contest where they always win, striking only when the odds are in their favor. These ancient reptiles have perfected the art of energy conservation, making them the ultimate lazy predators. They can go weeks without a meal, basking in the stillness of rivers like they are on an endless spa retreat. Their heartbeats become so faint that you'd think time itself has hit the pause button. Talk about being on a diet without even trying. Predators who thought they had it all figured out stand still in bewilderment, blissfully unaware of the stealthy jaws lying in wait below. Now enter the platypus, a creature that looks like nature was taking a nap and had a wild dream. This egg-laying, duck-billed oddball combines features that leave everyone scratching their heads. But the real kicker, males produce venom. Yep, this charming fellow is packing some serious pain, thanks to sharp spurs on its legs that squirt out a toxin strong enough to put a rival in timeout. While it won't send humans to the afterlife, it sure makes for a nasty reminder of who's boss. Platypus venom is like the wild card of the animal kingdom, with scientists discovering proteins that could lead to groundbreaking new medicines. It's as if the platypus decided it needed a second job as a pharmacist, proving it's not just a quirky face. This creature might look harmless, but make no mistake, beneath that adorable exterior lies a fierce survivalist armed with its own unique arsenal. Talk about unexpected surprises. And then there are bats, the flying champions of the mammalian world, soaring through the air with all the grace of a ballerina. Unlike our froggy friends and those quirky gliding lemurs, bats are the real deal when it comes to flight. Their wings, crafted from elongated finger bones draped in a flexible membrane, allow for jaw-dropping maneuvers. Seriously, they could outdance any human on a dance floor, swirling and diving as if in a choreographed spectacle with the wind itself. Bats have turned the sky into their personal playground, flocking to every corner of the globe with flair. With about 1/5 of all mammal species wearing their identity as bats, it's like a nocturnal party out there. Some are the heavyweights, chasing insects and performing aerial stunt shows, while others sip nectar mid-flight like they're enjoying a sky-high cocktail. Why settle for ground-level adventures when you can have a dizzying experience in the air? Their remarkable flying abilities have reshaped their diets, migration patterns, and even their social dynamics. Imagine chatting about who's cool in the bat world, or where the best insect buffet is. With skills that rival any superhero, bats have not only adapted to various environments but thrived in them, turning skybound navigation into an art. They are the kind of creatures that would make any human wannabe feel pretty mundane. So whether it's the stealthy croc, the venomous platypus, or the acrobatic bat, evolution has crafted its own oddities that never cease to amaze us. Dubbed as nature's top contenders in the animal arena, these creatures prove that there's always more than meets the eye. Who would have thought that the river, the lake, and the sky would each hold such fascinating little warriors, ready to surprise us with their extraordinary skills? Life in the wild is more like a reality show than we can ever imagine. At night, the silhouettes of bats dance through the air, reminding us that these furry mammals have long outsmarted our human dreams of soaring through the skies. While we were still contemplating how to attach wings to our backs, bats were mastering their nightly escapades, navigating like acrobats on silent highways illuminated only by the moon. Who knew that the dark could harbor such aerial talent? Enter the mantis shrimp, the ocean's pint-sized superhero, giving us a run for our money when it comes to perception, miniature but mighty. It's not just the shrimp's lightning-fast punches that have scientists buzzing, it's their supercharged eyesight that's stealing the show. With up to 16 types of color-detecting cones, compared to our measly 3, these little champs see colors we can't even begin to fathom. Talk about an ocular upgrade. Now, if our perception of a rainbow is dazzling, imagine how a mantis shrimp views the world. To them, that arc of colors transforms into an elaborate, psychedelic spectacle, filled with hues and shades that dance just out of our reach. Scientists are still scratching their heads about how these crustaceans decode this dazzling visual symphony. It's thought to be key for their communication, hunting strategy, and even navigation. A truly colorful existence, wouldn't you say? As we zoom back to land, let's talk about humans. Did you know that our blood makes up about 1/13 of our body weight? That's a hefty number considering this liquid gold is doing some serious heavy lifting. On average, about 5 liters of this crimson concoction courses through our veins, delivering oxygen like an Uber driver on a double shift. It's not just a life source, it's an all-in-one delivery service for nutrients, a waste management system, and a fierce immune squad, all in one. Imagine our blood, the unsung hero working tirelessly to ferry oxygen from our lungs to every cell, while it also scoops up those pesky waste products waiting to hitch a ride to disposal. From the bustling highways of our circulatory system to the serene recycling plant of our bone marrow, blood makes sure the body stays lively and balanced. It keeps us ticking like a well-oiled machine, or should we say, a well-fueled hot rod. While we may take for granted that our blood is just there, it's actually a swirling ocean of life within us, constantly renewing and replenishing itself every few months. Each drop is a testament to resilience, whispering that we carry within us an intricate universe of existence, brilliantly working in harmony. Kind of makes you appreciate your afternoon snack a little more, doesn't it? And look at how elegantly the body dances between the know how of blood circulation and how nature's creatures navigate their worlds. From the nimble bats cutting through the night sky to our oceanic marvels peering through a kaleidoscope of colors, it's all a fantastic reminder of the beauty that surrounds us, hiding just out of sight. So next time you marvel at a rainbow or see the bats flitting about at dusk, remember, this wild world is layered with wonders that paint our existence far beyond mere human perception. Can you imagine catching some Z's while soaring through the sky? Well, some birds have cracked the code to sleeping during their epic migrations, sometimes powering through thousands of miles. Researchers have been buzzing about the incredible unihemispheric slow-wave sleep that lets one half of a bird's brain snooze while the other half stays wide awake. So, as they glide through the air, they're in a state of dreamy alertness, ever vigilant for hungry predators. These talented flyers are the ultimate multitaskers. Occasionally, both sides of their brain take a quick power nap together, but it's usually just for a precious few seconds. Imagine trying to nap with a slamming door next to your bed, but for birds, it's all in a day's work. This dazzling act of balance allows them to traverse vast expanses of open ocean without needing a pit stop, turning the sky itself into their personal bedroom. Talk about living the dream. Switching gears to the world of insects, let's take a look at the bombardier beetle, the martial artist of the tiny realm. When danger approaches, this little warrior doesn't run and hide. It unleashes a dramatic chemical spray that'd put any science experiment to shame. Picture this. It combines hydrogen peroxide with hydroquinone, creating a boiling hot, explosive cocktail that explodes out of its rear end like a tiny cannon. The process is not only brilliant, it's downright explosive. With a loud pop and a jet of scalding liquid, this miniature fighter sends any would-be predator, whether it's a frog, lizard, or an unsuspecting human running for the hills. This chemical cannon makes the bombardier beetle a pint-sized superhero, proving that size doesn't equate to strength. And sometimes the smallest critters carry the biggest surprises. Now diving into the depths of the ocean where light is mostly a myth, we meet the giant squid, a true marvel of evolution. Their eyes can be as large as dinner plates, and trust me, in the pitch-black deep, those basket-sized peepers come in handy for spotting dinner or an unwelcome intruder. Imagine waddling around with eyes that size, because if anyone knows how to navigate the dark, it's this elusive mollusk. Each giant squid is a master at creating suspense, lurking in the abyss with its massive eyes scanning for food. What's even cooler, the gigantic size isn't the only trick these creatures have up their sleeves. They have tentacles longer than a bus, and they can jet through the water, evading predators in a flash. They're essentially the deep-sea ninjas, using a mix of stealth and strength to secure their place in this murky underwater world. But it doesn't end there. These remarkable creatures have an entire repertoire of tricks to avoid becoming a meal themselves. Misdirection, camouflage, and even ink-squirting theatrics keep potential predators at bay. If only humans had such elaborate escape plans for awkward social gatherings. Right, in the grand scheme of ocean life, the giant squid is truly a legend, melding grace with the perfect touch of whimsy in the aquatic theater. So, whether we're marveling at birds snoozing on the fly, beetles blasting their enemies, or giant squids gliding through the dark, our world is filled with extraordinary tales of survival. Nature seems to be continuously churning out fascinating adaptations, mixing creativity with sheer brilliance. Next time you glance into the sky or the ocean, think of these whimsical wonders that keep life so wonderfully unpredictable. Imagine diving deep into the ocean and being greeted by the striking, dinner plate-sized eyes of a giant squid, ready to put you on a terror roller coaster. These vivid orbs are not just for show. They are finely tuned instruments crafted for the darkness of the abyss, capable of detecting the faintest flicker of bioluminescence. They spot prey and dodge predators like sperm whales. The pupils expand wide, offering a panoramic view in a world where light is a rare and precious commodity. For centuries, giant squids were the enigmatic monsters of sailors' nightmares, more myth than reality. But thanks to modern deep-sea tech, proof emerges from the murky depths. Today, we know these magnificent beings are real. Looking deep into a giant squid's eye is akin to peering into an eternal void, a soul shaped by the perpetual night of the ocean. It's both fascinating and slightly unsettling, like a cosmic horror film unfolding in front of your very eyes. Now, shifting gears to another underwater giant, meet the blue whale. This massive creature redefines big. Its tongue, oh, just a casual weight equivalent to a full-grown elephant. It's a colossal flapper, mostly known for pushing ungodly amounts of seawater through baleen plates to feast on schools of krill. Imagine feeding on tons of creatures in one mouthful. It's like inviting a buffet to your throat. Picture this. A blue whale takes a humongous gulp of seawater, then, like a bouncer at an overcapacity club, pushes it back out with its mighty tongue. What remains? Only the delicious krill, like lucky party guests who snag the VIP passes. This powerful tongue isn't merely massive, it's a mechanical wonder capable of flexing its way through thousands of gallons of water in a single feeding frenzy. It's practically the unsung hero of the ocean, like a barista whipping up a colossal latte. Now, let's turn our attention to a pint-sized marvel, the immortal hydra, a gem from fresh water. This tiny creature doesn't play by nature's aging rules. Forget the fountain of youth. This little critter practically invented it. Hydras continuously regenerate, swapping out old cells for shiny new ones faster than you can blink. Forget the wrinkle creams. These tiny hydras are like nature's own immortals, thriving without a hint of a midlife crisis. In lab conditions, they don't seem to age or increase in mortality. Talk about a party trick. Their anatomies are simple, a mere tube adorned with tentacles, but inside them churns a veritable factory of stem cells that replicate endlessly. It's like they've cracked the code to eternal youth, while the rest of us are still figuring out how to keep our plants alive. Imagine if we could tap into some of that hydra wisdom. What's your secret, little dude? One might ask, why do you get to hang around forever? The answer lies in their basic biology, yet it's quite profound. Their existence flips the script on aging, making them the life of the party when it comes to biological wonders. Each squandering day hasn't a chance against the relentless cycle of renewal they embody. In a world where size and regeneration take center stage, these creatures remind us that nature has a wild sense of humor. From the brawn of the blue whale's tongue to the magical immortality of the hydra, there's never a dull moment. The colossal meets the charmingly tiny, illustrating a chaotic ballet of survival and adaptation right beneath. The ocean's waves who needs a blockbuster movie when reality serves up such stunning stories. In the realm of nature's wonders, the hydra stands out as a superstar of regeneration. Cut one into pieces, and watch in awe as it stitches itself back together like a crafty seamstress with a needle and thread. Scientists can't get enough of this miraculous creature. Each hydra is living proof that life can defy the odds and scoff at the "you can't grow back limbs" rule we humans are so used to. These fascinating little beings float serenely in ponds and streams, looking all serene while holding on to their secrets of eternal life. They may seem like harmless water critters, but they're full of regenerative surprises. Imagine having the ability to bounce back from the brink of annihilation. It begs the question, when do we start taking notes from these amazing creatures on the art of survival? Swinging from water wonders to tight-knit community builders, let's zoom in on the army ants of South America. These little warriors march in epic formations, sending shivers down the spine of anything that dares to stand in their path. Yet, when faced with a gap or a stream, they don't pull a dramatic halt. Instead, they take teamwork to a whole new level by building bridges out of themselves. Yes, you read that right. The troops find themselves clinging together, forming living chains and lattice that stretch across obstacles. Can you imagine? It's like building a bridge with your friends, except in this case, they're not only holding hands, they're quite literally forming a bridge for their comrades. As more ants cross, the structure dynamically adapts, ensuring safety across the precarious gap. Once the rest of their colony is over and safe, they dismantle their epic bridge single file and resume their march like it's just another day at the office. This form of architecture, crafted without a blueprint, is a testament to instinct and cooperation. Watching this collective intelligence unfold is like witnessing a well-choreographed dance, but in a very small scale. And speaking of bodies, let's give a round of applause to our skin. The biggest organ we wear, like a perfectly tailored outfit, often overlooked. Our skin acts as a formidable barrier against all things nasty, from pesky microbes to harmful UV rays trying to invade our personal space. It's like a superhero cape, but less flamboyant and more about keeping everything in check. Weighing in at about 1/16 of our body weight, our skin's in a constant state of renewal, shedding millions of cells every day. Think of it as a never-ending cycle of spring cleaning. When exposed to sunlight, it even conjures up vitamin D for us, turning our daily strolls into nutritional power-ups. Snack on that evolution beneath the surface. Our intricate network of nerves translates touch into sensation, letting us feel everything from the soothing warmth of the sun to the sting of a mosquito bite. Are you feeling cozy or wince-worthy? Thank your skin. It's our all-in-one shield and sensory master, managing to multitask like a pro while keeping our bodies intact and comfy. So, whether we're marveling at a hydra's regrowth, or cheering on a troop of ants building a fort of friendship, or perhaps just admiring our skin while munching on a snack, how lucky are we to live in a world packed with incredible life? Nature just never ceases to amaze, proving that from water to land, there's always something charmingly bizarre and whimsically wonderful waiting for us around the corner. Our skin is a fantastic piece of equipment. Folks, think of it as your very own protective superhero cape, ready to shield you from harmful stuff and those awkward instances of getting sunburned. With every gust of wind and sunshine, It's our skin that takes the brunt of Mother Nature's antics for us. Who knew we were walking around with such a remarkable shield, capable of feeling everything from silky sheets to scratchy sweaters? Now, let's talk about the underdog of the animal kingdom, frozen fish. Yes, there are fish that can survive being ice-cubed without even shedding a scale. In icy lakes and frigid oceans, these slick swimmers turn into the ultimate pools of resilience by producing antifreeze glycoproteins that charm those pesky ice crystals into submission. They keep their bodily fluids flowing like a chilled soda, even when temperatures drop. Ever hear of the Antarctic notonoid fish? These little troopers can handle ice forming right in their blood. Imagine being able to chill with ice-cold beverages while remaining completely unfazed. When spring rolls around and the ice melts, they pop right back into their fishy lives as if they just enjoyed a brisk spa weekend. Nature really knows how to throw a cool party for those ready to adapt. Switching gears, let's check out polar bears, the fluffy giants of the winter wonderland. They may look like fluffy clouds on ice, but underneath their glamorous white exterior lies a little secret. Black skin, that's right, their fur isn't white. It's a cunning trick of transparent hair that scatters light, and that black skin, a cozy little feature that soaks up every drop of warmth from the shy Arctic sun. Talk about a style that's both chic and practical. And while we're on the topic of interesting adaptations, let's not forget about chameleons. These critters are like the ninjas of the reptile world, blending in with their surroundings with ease. But wait until you see their hunting game. Their tongues can provoke jaws to drop. They can extend longer than their entire body in the blink of an eye. When they spot a snack, it's all about the speed. A chameleon lets loose its tongue faster than you can say dinner. Thanks to some elastic tissues acting like high-energy springs, their tongues shoot out with the precision of a skilled archer. Instant snack, no waiting involved. Incredibly, evolution throws everything into the mix when it comes to survival. These adaptations show just how versatile life can be. It's like watching a natural reality show where only the cleverest of critters get to spotlight the survival game. We often underestimate nature's cleverness, but it's crafting solutions for challenges we didn't even know existed. So the next time you're basking in the sun, think about the marvelous mechanisms at play in nature, from the true colors beneath a polar bear's luxurious fur to a chameleon's incredible hunting abilities. It's a wondrous world filled with hidden talents and surprises at every turn, reminding us that there's always more than meets the eye in the animal kingdom. Chameleons are the daredevils of the animal kingdom, maximizing their tongue's superpower to snag unsuspecting insects. Imagine a tongue that can stretch longer than the chameleon itself. Talk about a party trick. Its sticky tip is like a flypaper that cleverly lures in dinner. Remarkably, this icy reptile can launch its sticky tongue with Olympic-level speed, snatching up a snack even when it's feeling a bit sluggish. Talk about fast food. With a camouflaged appearance, chameleons blend into the scenery like a pro. But don't be fooled, because these masters of disguise are actually some of the swiftest predators on the planet. When an insect waltzes too close, they strike with lightning speed, all while remaining utterly incognito. Blink, and you'll miss this lively little beast, showcasing its impressive hunting finesse, all from a spot where you'd think it was simply taking a nap. Now, let's take a deep dive into the ocean, where sharks reign supreme and have been doing so for over 400 million years. While trees were still figuring out how to grow, these sleek predators were patrolling the waters. Sharks, with their flexible cartilage instead of traditional bones, are built like nature's own submarines, gliding effortlessly through the waves. These ancient fish have survived mass extinctions, thriving despite the global upheavals that left lesser species gasping for air. Sharks have also leveled up their sensory game. With an uncanny ability known as electroreception, they can feel even the tiniest electric signals emitted by potential meals. Imagine being able to sense your next snack from a mile away. While many species have come and gone like fleeting trends, sharks remain stalwart survivors, keeping pace with the earth over predating forests and majestic mountains. Picture primordial seas swarming with these majestic creatures, while land as we know it was still in its infancy. They're living fossils, clad in the mystery of ancient ecosystems. Even today, sharks remind us of Earth's deep past and the resilience that has seen them swim through countless changes. Some might call them ancient relics, but really, They're the ultimate ocean hipsters, unchanged and unapologetic for millions of years. Shifting gears to our own bodies, the human liver is a phenomenal organ with a talent for regeneration that would make any superhero proud. Remarkably, if you were to donate a chunk of your liver, which please don't, the rest would bounce back like a champ, regrowing to full size in just a few weeks. It's like having a backup organ, not something you hear about every day in medical school. This remarkable feat is not merely about increasing size. The liver's skills extend deep into the detox game. It meticulously filters out toxins, produces bile to aid digestion, and multitasks like nobody's business, with liver cells replicating in a unique fashion. The restoration process is a masterpiece of biological engineering, doing away with the cumbersome scar tissue we find elsewhere. Ancient myths tell us that even the gods marveled at the liver's mystical powers. Take Prometheus, for example, cursed to have his liver eaten daily, only to see it regenerate every night. That's some wild party endurance right there. This fascinating organ has captured the imagination of many over centuries, illustrating just how remarkable our bodies can be, much like that chameleon snapping up its tasty treat, or a shark cruising through its liquid domain. Who knew our bodies had a built-in repair shop? The liver, with its astounding regenerative abilities, takes center stage in the world of organ transplants and surgeries. Nature has truly outdone itself, reminding us that even the most complex of our body parts has a nifty maintenance manual. It's like having a biological superpower. Talk about a glow-up from within. Now, let's take a peek at barnacles, those seemingly mundane crustaceans hanging out on our ships and rocks. Beneath their hard shells lies a jaw-dropping surprise. They boast some of the largest reproductive organs, relative to their size, in the animal kingdom. Imagine if our body parts were as oversized. These little critters can stretch reproductive appendages up to 8 times their body length. Now that's commitment to love, despite being glued to one spot. Barnacles exemplify the creative genius of evolution. Instead of swirling through the ocean looking for a date, they've figured out a way to make their love lives a bit easier. With their incredible reach, they've turned themselves into trusty romantics. Who knew a simple, crusty shell could hide such a scandalously incredible feature? Nature sure knows how to make things interesting. Speaking of impressive builders, meet the termite tiny architects extraordinaire, often brushed off as pesky critters. These little engineers have the astounding ability to create skyscraper-like mounds, soaring over 30 feet tall. They whip up ventilation systems, regulate temperature like it's second nature, and perfect moisture control. Who needs a construction degree when you have teamwork like this? Termites don't just play house. They create complex societies too. Inside these towering mounds, millions of termites thrive, each with a designated role that would make the most efficient workplace jealous. There are soldiers, workers, and a queen who can reign for decades like an insect diva. Talk about management efficiency. And those mounds aren't just piles of dirt. They're fertile ecosystems supporting plant life and enriching local soils. Let's not overlook the buzzing marvels of our planet bees. These small pollinators have a knack for more than just collecting nectar. Research shows bees can recognize human faces. Yes, you heard that right. These little buzzers use clever pattern recognition, much like how we remember faces at a party. Next time you see a bee, don't be surprised if they nod at you like an old friend. Who knew bees were so socially savvy? While they flit around searching for flowers, they're also honing their mental skills, showcasing their intelligence in ways that make us rethink how we see them. It's a reminder that even the tiniest creatures pack big surprises and should never be underestimated, just like that unexpected plot twist in your favorite book. Thus, our planet is a riveting playground of surprises. From the liver's resilience, barnacles' romantic prowess, and termites' epic engineering, to the brainy bees buzzing about, the natural world is peppered with captivating personalities and stories waiting to be discovered and celebrated. So next time you're out enjoying nature, take a moment to appreciate the hidden wonders all around you. You might just find yourself smiling at the incredible life living alongside us. Researchers have made quite a buzz while training bees with treats, unveiling that these tiny powerhouses can recognize different human faces. With brains smaller than a pinhead, these buzzing critters remember unique features just like us. It's like they're the pollinators who moonlight as portrait artists. It turns out their talent likely comes from navigating the flower maze, proving once again that intelligence is all about creativity, not just cranium size. And speaking of quirky brains, have you seen how penguins court? In their icy realms, these tuxedoed charmers strut around looking for the shiniest pebble to impress their date. It's like a romantic comedy set on ice, when a male brings his perfectly polished stone to a female. It's not just a pretty gesture, she accepts it, and voila, it's part of their cozy crochet nest building yi bai ling yi. Who knew rock collections could lead to lasting love? These little stone slingers are not only adorable, they're clever too. The pebble is not just for show. It's practical for building nests to fend off the smothering snow and slippery ice. Who needs Valentine cards when you've got a smooth, shiny rock? Watching these pint-sized paramours waddle along with their precious pebbles is a heartwarming sight, a sweet dance of connection amid tough Arctic conditions. Now, hold on to your hats because we're diving into a wild tale of frogs. Picture this. Female gastric brooding frogs gulping down their fertilized eggs. Yes, you heard that right. These extraordinary ladies would carry their babies in their bellies. Talk about the ultimate show of maternal sacrifice. Their bodies even paused digestion, avoiding an acid-filled fate for the tiny tadpoles growing inside. It's a froggy twist on the stalk delivers. When it came time for the big reveal, the mother would basically barf out fully formed froglets from her mouth. Now that's motherhood with a twist. Imagine the surprise for those little ones. Jumping out into the big, wide world after a stomach staycation sounds like an unforgettable entrance. Even though these peculiar frogs went extinct in the 80s, scientists are still marveling over their preserved selves to learn about this wild biological wonder. It's a hoppy human life out there, but these creatures sure know how to make the most of their unconventional parenting styles. You have the bees buzzing around showing off their impressive face. Memory, while penguins trade rocks like they're playing with diamonds. Meanwhile, frogs are having their own bizarre baby shower, proving time and again that nature doesn't follow any traditional scripts. In a world filled with complex relationships and strange habits, these stories remind us that life is often stranger and cuter than fiction. Each dive into the animal kingdom showcases creativity, shareable moments, and endless charm. Who would have thought nature could deliver both humor and a touch of romance in its little packages? It's just another typical day when you're an animal on a mission to be unique in an extraordinary way. So here's to the remarkable creatures roaming our planet. They remind us to broaden our perspectives, embrace the oddities, and seek the delightful quirks of life. After all, while we humans may be the masters of crafting stories, these little beings are living their tales, bursting with charm and a hefty dose of whimsical antics. Keep your eyes peeled. You never know what other earthly wonders await. Imagine if one glorious day, scientists unlocked the secrets of certain frogs and discovered how to replicate their remarkable powers. We might be on the brink of medical breakthroughs, so groundbreaking that they could revolutionize our understanding of digestion or even protect embryos. These froggy fellows are a living testament that evolution shows up not just in complex forms, but can even turn a stomach into a cradle of life. Exciting, right? As the sun sinks below the horizon, an enchanting transformation takes place in the botanical world. Those night-blooming wonders, like jasmine, evening primrose, and moon, down their fragrant capes and get ready for the evening's festivities. They release their sweet, intoxicating scents like nature's very own perfume marketing strategy, attracting moths and bats, those crafty nocturnal pollinators, while keeping competition at bay by avoiding the daytime crowd. Talk about having a nightly soiree. Picture strolling through a garden kissed by moonlight, where your senses dance with the fragrances swirling in the air. It's all about survival for these plants, who cleverly use fragrance as a lure, ensuring their offspring get a chance to sprout and thrive. Their scented invitations to nocturnal guests remind us that life doesn't stop when the sun sets. It merely switches the stage from daylight dramas to nighttime enchantments. How romantic. Now, enter the world of vampire bats, the misunderstood bloodsuckers of Central and South America. While they may look sinister, these creatures are social butterflies of the night, sharing blood meals with their less fortunate colony mates. Yup, those little guys have a hidden generosity streak. If one bat comes home empty-handed, the others rally together to save their friend from starvation. Turns out, compassion beats villainy in the animal kingdom. Each vampire bat keeps mental notes of who has shared meals with whom, creating a web of trust and reciprocity. This batty barter builds stronger social bonds, ensuring that no one is left high and dry after a night of hunting. So, what we thought was a tale of terror turns out to be a heartwarming saga of cooperation. Who knew a creature that dines on blood can also serve up friendship? And speaking of small creatures with big surprises, let's take a closer look at the pistol shrimp. This pint-sized powerhouse doesn't just pinch, it packs a punch that gives explosive a new meaning. When it snaps its oversized claw shut, it produces a cavitation bubble that collapses with such force that it generates temperatures hotter than the sun itself. Move over fireworks, nature's got its own drama queen. This underwater superhero can create shockwaves and even stunning clicks that can disorient predators or communicate with others in its shrimp squad. It's a phenomenal display of nature's ingenuity wrapped up in a shell, proving that even the smallest critters can wield mighty power. Who knew the ocean had its very own superhero with snapping abilities worthy of a block? So, in a world where frogs inspire medical breakthroughs, flowers flaunt their scents under the moonlight, vampire bats share their blood meals with a side of compassion, and pistol shrimp show off their explosive tactics, it's clear, surprise and wonder are never too far away. Nature definitely knows how to put on a show, reminding us that even in the oddest corners of the natural world, excitement is always just around the corner. Picture this: a pistol shrimp sets off a tiny nuclear explosion in the ocean. No, it's not hosting a rave. It's using its superpower, creating a collapsing bubble that emits a flash of light as intense as the sun's surface. This underwater spectacle can stun or even knock out unsuspecting prey. Talk about dinner and a show. With such theatrics, the shrimp can easily snag a meal while other sea dwellers are left reeling. And let's not forget the volume. The booming sound of this shrimp's antics is so loud it can be picked up by submarines. Team up a colony of these little guys, and you've got an aquatic cacophony that would make any underwater party jealous. Forget fire and heat. This pint-sized powerhouse uses only physics to do its thing. The ocean becomes its weapon of choice, proving that sometimes size truly doesn't matter. Now, enter the dragonfly, the aerial acrobat of the insect world. These vibrant little creatures flaunt some of the most impressive flying skills known to man. With eyes that nearly encircle their heads, dragonflies have a near 360 view of they're like nature's ultimate surveillance cameras, making it virtually impossible for their prey to sneak up undetected. But wait, it gets even cooler. Inside those colossal eyes lie up to 30,000 lenses. Yes, you heard right, 30,000. This impressive setup allows these airborne hunters to perceive movement with precision that would make any sports coach proud. They don't just fly, they pluck insects right out of the air like seasoned professionals. And while you may think you're fast, think again. Dragonflies boast success rates over 90% when catching prey mid-flight. It's like they've signed a contract with the wind. Every swift move they make is calculated to perfection. To them, the world is a dazzling collage of colors and movements far richer than our human perception. They soar through the skies like fighter jets, blending elegance with sheer efficiency. On the ocean floor, we find the humble sea cucumber, a creature that seems to have written the book on strange survival tactics. These squishy residents may look like sloths of the sea, but when danger approaches, they spring into action, literally. Some sea cucumbers can eject portions of their own organs from their rear ends, creating a sticky distraction that would make any magician proud. It may sound bizarre who wants to lose their insides, after all, but this strange self-defense tactic allows them to make a quick getaway. It's like those old cartoons where the hero drops a smoke bomb and disappears, only much squishy. Remarkably, these creatures can regenerate their lost organs within weeks. Can you say, "Come back, kid"? This unique tactic showcases the lengths to which Mother Nature will go to ensure her creatures survive. After all, in the ocean, it's eat or be eaten, and the sea cucumber has decided that sacrificing a few parts is worth securing its freedom. Who knew being so squishy could lead to such clever defense strategies? The ocean, with all its inhabitants, is definitely a world full of surprises. Sea cucumbers are the drama queens of the ocean. When threatened, they don't just hide, they eject their insides like a gooey confetti bomb. Organs, guts, everything launched into the water to distract predators. It's equal parts horrifying and genius. Later, they simply grow the missing bits back, as if nothing happened. Nature's ultimate CTRLZ feature. Watching one perform this act is both disturbing and awe-inspiring. It's like witnessing a horror movie and a miracle rolled into one slippery creature. They writhe, they split, and suddenly, boom, life insurance paid in organs. Yet somehow, this shocking survival tactic works perfectly. It's a grotesque ballet of biological brilliance. The sea cucumber reminds us that survival isn't about beauty, it's about creativity. When push comes to shove, it's better to lose a few guts than lose your life. Evolution, apparently, rewards those willing to gamble their internal decor for a second chance. Now, speaking of internal powerhouses, let's talk about the human heart, a fist-sized muscle with the energy of a hydraulic press. Beating roughly 100,000 times a day, it pumps blood through a 60,000-mile-long network of vessels. That's enough tubing to circle the Earth twice, powered by something smaller than your morning coffee cup. Every beat is a tiny explosion of pressure, strong enough that if you cut an artery, please don't, your blood could actually squirt several feet. That's not cinematic exaggeration, it's basic biology showing off. The heart's push ensures oxygen reaches even the most remote cells, hiding at the tips of your toes. Over a lifetime, this tireless muscle will fill multiple Olympic-sized swimming pools with blood. It never takes a day off, never asks for a promotion. From your first flutter in the womb to your final moment, it just keeps the beat going, loyal, quiet, unstoppable. The truest definition of ride or die. Then there's the firefly, the tiny alchemist of the night. On humid summer evenings, they light up fields like floating sparks, turning the world into a fairy tale. Their secret, bioluminescence, a chemical reaction that creates light without heat. In a world of wasteful bulbs, fireflies are the Tesla of insects. 100% efficiency, zero pollution. Their glow isn't just pretty, it's communication. Each flicker is a coded message in the language of love. One species blinks fast, another slow, all searching for their perfect partner in the dark, while humans write poetry. Fireflies write with light romantics, with built-in lanterns. Scientists, of course, are obsessed with them. Firefly chemistry has inspired breakthroughs in medical imaging and sustainable tech. Imagine curing diseases using the same glow that once lit your childhood garden. Proof that even the smallest creature can outshine human invention, literally. And then we meet the horseshoe crab, the armored veteran of Earth's past. They've been marching along shorelines for 450 million years older than dinosaurs. Older than trees, their design screams prehistoric, and yet they're still thriving. But their strangest feature lies within: blue blood. Unlike ours, their blood doesn't use iron, it uses copper. When oxygen mixes in, it turns a ghostly shade of blue. That alien-looking fluid is pure biological gold, used in modern medicine to detect dangerous bacteria. So, the next time you see a horseshoe crab, remember, beneath that ancient shell flows one of nature's most valuable elixirs. Horseshoe crabs are the funky little blue-blooded superheroes of the ocean. And no, they don't wear capes. Instead of iron-based hemoglobin like we do, these ancient creatures boast copper-based hemoglobin, which turns their blood a fabulous blue when it gets oxygenated. But that's not the coolest part. Their blood has special cells that clot at the mere whisper of bacterial toxins, like an instant defense mechanism. Talk about having your own built-in security system. For decades, the biomedical world has been throwing a party with horseshoe crab blood, using it to test vaccines and medical gear. Its sensitivity to contaminants is pure gold, making it the VIP guest that can sniff out trouble where no human can. Every spring, these remarkable little critters waddle onto shore to spawn, revealing their evolutionary treasure trove of blue blood that suggests nature has always had a flair for the dramatic. Now, let's take a detour to the realm of the acrobats of the insect world. These light as a feather, leggy critters can walk on water without breaking a sweat. Imagine gliding across a pond without so much as a splash. They're equipped with legs sporting microscopic hairs, creating air bubbles that help them stay afloat. Forget swimming lessons. They've mastered the art of walking on water, proving that sometimes life is all about balance. What's even crazier is the science behind their act. It's all down to water's surface tension, this magical quality that gives liquid a bit of solid strength, rather than struggling against the weight of water. These little guys treat it like a dance floor. Watching them glide is like witnessing a gravity-defying dream, an enchanting ballet unfolding on liquid, complete with tiny pirouettes and daring leaps from one place to another. The Great Water Stride should be a reality show. Speaking of iron, did you know that your own body has a wee bit of the stuff too? In fact, you carry enough iron to make a tiny nail. While you might not be able to forge tools with it, this essential element plays a crucial role in your survival. Most of it chills in your blood, packed away in hemoglobin, delivering oxygen to all the right places. Tiny amounts add up, giving you about 3 to 4 grams of this unsung hero. Iron's a quiet rock star, doing all the heavy lifting without asking for applause. It binds with oxygen in your lungs, like a best buddy ready to ferry life-giving goodness to your precious tissues. Next time you take a deep breath, thank the iron for working overtime while you're enjoying that moment of zen. And let's not forget the humor here. Who could have guessed that while you're out there sweating through a workout, you've got a smidgen of metal within you? It's like having a hidden superhero lineage, all thanks to the chemistry of life. You might not turn blue when breathing, but hey, your oxygen-carrying hemoglobin is a pretty good life hack too. So whether it's the blue-blooded horseshoe crab churning out surprises on the beach, or the nimble water strider gliding gracefully on a pond, life is bursting with marvels. Evolution, in its infinite wisdom, pulls out all the stops to create ingenious solutions. So the next time you ponder the wonders of survival, take a moment to appreciate the quirky creativity of nature. It doesn't get any better than this. In a world where every cell depends on iron, it's hard not to marvel at this unsung hero of our existence. Picture iron atoms as tireless workers, fervently passing buckets of oxygen throughout our bodies, an endless relay race where everyone crosses the finish line just by taking a breath. Who knew that this seemingly mundane metal, pulled from the remnants of ancient stars, was busy forming the very building blocks of life? Each inhale of yours is a cosmic embrace, a celebration of dusty starlight transformed into vibrant you. Meanwhile, let's talk about the real aviation experts, birds. These feathered navigators make migration look like a casual stroll, even when they're soaring across continents and oceans. Thanks to their magical ability called magnetism, they glide through the air, using the Earth's magnetic field as their personal GPS. Imagine chauffeurs that always know how to avoid traffic jams, except these winged wonders are using special proteins or tiny bits of magnetite to find their way. Talk about having a sixth sense. And if you thought human navigation was impressive, these birds bring a new level of elegance to wandering around, whether it's the stars twinkling far above or the scent of pine carried on the breeze. They're like the ultimate explorers, reading cues we mere mortals can't decipher. They have their own secret recipe for finding their way back to the same nesting sites year after year, something we can barely do with our GPSs on a road trip. Quite impressive, isn't it? Dancing through the waves, we find jellyfish, those mesmerizing blobs of ancient life that have been floating around for over 500 million years. With no brain or heart, these graceful drifters glide through our oceans, proving that you don't need a high IQ or a strong ticker to make it through life. Instead, jellyfish rely on a nerve net to coordinate their movements and react to their surroundings. It's almost as if they're saying, who needs complexity when you can thrive with chill vibes? Picture this, a jellyfish gently pulsating, fueled by nothing but simple muscular contractions. That's right, no heart-pumping nutrients, just good old diffusion. They simplify life to its core essence, yet continue to thrive in oceans from shallow shores to the depths of the abyss. Maybe they've got the right idea, huh? Who needs a multi-million-dollar organ when you can float along serenely, sipping on the ocean's nutrients like a fancy cocktail? And let's not forget about their stunning party trick bioluminescence. These jiggly creatures can illuminate the dark depths of the ocean like a disco ball, captivating anyone lucky enough to gaze upon their charming glow. They shine bright amid the endless blue, and their success challenges our very understanding of survival. If simplicity is the new black, then jellyfish are strutting the runway with confidence. Truth be told, there's a lesson to be learned from our underwater pals. Sometimes the most streamlined and effortless designs are the ones that stand the test of time. While other species come and go, these gelatinous wonders have outlasted countless more complex critters. It's a testament that evolution doesn't always favor those who overcomplicate life, but rather those who know how to ride the waves, literally and figuratively. So, as we revel in the marvels of iron, magnetic birds, and brainless jellyfish, let's appreciate the quirky ways life finds to exist. Truly, nature is full of surprises, reminding us that perhaps simplicity is the unsung hero of survival. Who would have thought that a metal, some celestial navigation, and jiggly blob could tell such an incredible story? Cheers to life's unexpected wonders. Oysters, those seemingly unexciting shellfish, are the true glam queens of the tidal flats. Picture this, they kick off their life as dashing young males, scattering sperm like confetti at a wild party. But then, as they bulk up and life gets a little more demanding, Many decide to don a new hat and transform into fabulous females. Talk about a glow-up. This isn't just a whimsical makeover, it's a savvy survival tactic. Oysters are the ultimate shapeshifters, switching back and forth between genders, depending on their community's needs. It's all about balance, ensuring there are enough sperm and eggs to keep the party going smoothly. Just when you think they're only good at clinging to rocks, they're planning their reproductive strategy like biological masters. How do these slippery sea critters pull off such a feat? It's all in the hormones, like a perfectly timed dance number. Their bodies synchronize and respond to environmental cues and energy needs. Imagine the hormone fluctuation as the tide rolls in and out. Oysters are truly the chameleons of the marine world, embodying the fluidity of life. Who knew the rhythm of the estuaries could be so dynamic? Then there's the legendary rattlesnake, mastering the art of nighttime hunting with an incredible superpower: heat-sensing pits on their faces. These special organs are like built-in infrared goggles, allowing them to detect the warmth of their prey, even when the sun is snoozing. Talk about turning the darkness into an advantage for these snakes. A mouse in the grass isn't just another snack. It practically glows in their eyes, guiding their deadly strikes with unmatched precision. It's impressive. Imagine being able to spot that late-night snack in pitch-black surroundings while you're stumbling in the dark. They can sense even the smallest temperature change, making them nature's ultimate night vision experts. Now, let's hop over to a different kind of winter warrior, the wood frog. While most critters are dreaming of sunny beaches come winter, these little guys literally freeze in place. They embrace winter by letting their bodies become iced over, with their hearts stopping completely and lungs taking an involuntary rest. Talk about a drastic seasonal adjustment, but don't count them out just yet. These frogs have a clever trick up their sleeves, or should we say, under their ice. They fill their cells with glucose, which works like nature's own antifreeze. This means they emerge in the spring like nothing ever happened, just as chipper as can be. Who thought hibernation could be so dramatic? So as the snow covers the forests, these seemingly lifeless little guys chill under layers of frost, maintaining their charming froggy identities even as they're frozen solid. They're not just surviving, they're pulling off a jaw-dropping seasonal transformation that would make any icicle jealous. The woods are never quite as quiet as they seem. As spring sneaks back into town with its sunshine and flowers, the wood frog kicks off its dramatic resurrection. Picture this: these little green guys freeze solid like ice cubes during the frigid months, but when warm weather rolls around, it's like a cheesy rom-com moment. They thaw out and hop away as if nothing ever happened. Nature's very own magic trick. These frogs show us that even the most frozen hearts can get that loving feeling back, at least until next winter's chill sets in. Now, let's take a flight of fancy into the lives of crows. These feathered fiends are not just your everyday winged wonders. They're the MacGyvers of the avian world, armed with brain power that could challenge some humans. Crows twist twigs into hooks and drop nuts on busy roads, patiently awaiting the crunch from a passing car. Move over, toolboxes. There's a whole squad of crafty crows out here, and they're not afraid to get creative in their quest for snacks. In caveman-style fashion, crows even devise multi-step puzzles that would make a kindergarten teacher sweat. These clever critters are planning their next moves, solving problems like wizards with a PhD in ingenuity. Watching a crow fashion a leaf into a probing tool for buggers hiding in nooks is like catching a glimpse of the past when our ancestors were figuring out fire. How about that? We're just sophisticated versions of these plucky little inventors. A trip into the jungles of Southeast Asia reveals another wild and wacky survival tactic: self-exploding ants. Yep, you heard it right. These carpenter ants have taken altruism to a whole new level by sacrificing themselves for the colony. Facing danger, they blow up on command, turning their squishy selves into a sticky barricade that keeps predators at bay. Talk about a commitment to the team effort being the ultimate sacrifice while serving as a defense system. This jaw-dropping act is known as autotophasis. No, not a new dance move, but rather a fierce adaptation that highlights the extremes of social behavior. The ant does its part, putting the colony's needs above its own chilly existence. Who knew that even in the insect kingdom, community over self-preservation ruled supreme? These tiny warriors are proof that sometimes it takes a bit of explosive bravery to keep the crew safe and sound. Life lessons come in all shapes. sizes, and, well, sometimes astonishingly bizarre packages. The lesson here from our froggy pals and explosive ants is about resilience and cooperation. Just like we rely on our friends when life gets tough, nature shows us that teamwork can save the day or the colony, as the case may be. Who needs superheroes when you've got wood frogs thawing out like champs and ants going out with a bang? It seems that the animal kingdom is brimming with tales of bizarre survival tactics and shared wisdom. Who would have thought the feathered fiends and bug-sized bombers could teach us so much about life? Perhaps it's time we take a hint. Understanding each other, and sometimes even sacrificing a little, can make all the difference in ensuring the survival of our own communities. Now that's a lesson worth hopping and exploding into action over. So, the next time you see a crow swooping down with a twig or a wood frog, leap back to life. Remember, nature isn't just about survival of the fittest, but about innovation, culture, intent, and the lengths we go to put our buddies first. Nature's filled with reminders that when it comes to living well, the best lessons can come from the craziest characters, from hopping frogs to combative ants. Adventure and wisdom are all around us, waiting for us to join in the fun. Did you know your brain is basically a water balloon with a few thoughts thrown in? Yep, that's right. About 75% of your glorious, imaginative brain is composed of good all H2O. This wet wonderland is crucial for making sure your neurons can gossip properly, keeping those thoughts and memories flowing smoother than a water slide on a sunny day. So, if you ever feel scatterbrained, maybe you just need to channel your inner fish and hydrate. Water isn't just your brain's favorite drink. It's also its architectural designer. Picture it as the plush sofa in your favorite hangout spot, cushiony and comfortable. This watery goodness helps shuttle nutrients while chucking out waste like a pro. With such a high proportion of H2O, defining the squishy grey matter, it's no wonder the brain is often hailed as the most impressive and moist organ we flaunt around. Welcome to the world of the underappreciated sponge. These quirky little creatures may look like they just decided to settle down on a rock, like that one friend who loves to nest, but they're actual animals without any of the fancy organs, nerves, or brain power we brag about. Instead, they sport a porous body that acts like a filtration system, sipping up tasty morsels and oxygen like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Talk about eating your way through life. As simplistic as they seem, sponges are the ancient custodians of aquatic ecosystems, busy filtering vast quantities of water every day, like the office intern diligently making coffee runs. Plus, some clever sponges even whip up potent chemicals to deter their predators, turning the tides in their favor. So next time you think you need a professional degree to thrive, remember that sometimes less really is more in the world of survival. Now, let's delve into the world of squids, where things get a bit more dramatic. Picture this, a squid in trouble. Instead of panicking or throwing a tantrum, it calmly detaches one of its glowing arms. This dazzling appendage starts to glow and rides in the water, as if putting on a Broadway show, distracting the predator long enough for the squid to slip away undetected. Talk about a show-stopping performance. In the murky depths of the ocean, survival looks like a slick magic act. These plucky squids have turned the art of misdirection into a true lifesaver. With their luminescent limbs flailing around, you can almost hear the predators saying, "Wait, what was that?" While the clever squid makes its quiet escape into the shadows. It's nature's very own version of now you see me, now you don't. So, we've got brilliant brains filled with water and sponges living the simple life, proving that evolution doesn't always need to hit the complexity switch. And let's not forget those dazzling squids showing off with their bioluminescent antics. Who would have thought the deep sea, with its bizarre inhabitants, would provide such a fantastic showcase of creativity and survival strategy? At the end of the day, these intriguing aquatic dwellers remind us that sometimes the secret to thriving lies in simplicity and a little ingenuity. Rather than complicated plans, life may throw challenges your way. But like a squid blinking its glowing arm, sometimes all it takes is a little flair and a whole lot of creativity to keep swimming through the tides. In the mysterious depths of the ocean, some creatures have come up with trickier tactics than simply losing their tails. Imagine a precision-calibrated glow stick. That's your average squid. When faced with predators, it dazzles them with a sparkly limb, while it slips away into the dark like a stealthy ninja. Talk about a disappearing act. It's nature's way of saying, a shiny distraction is worth a limb, even if it's just a temporary glow-up. Now, if you think the ocean has all the weird tricks, hold on to your hats. Deep beneath the Earth's crust, Life's playing hide and seek with sunlight. Enter the underground bacteria, cozying up in total darkness for millions of years, munching on minerals and gases like they're at an all-you-can-eat buffet. They're the ultimate survivalists, living that slow life mantra, sometimes taking ages just to split once, if only they had a chat group. Right, these resilient bacteria challenge everything we thought we knew about life. If they can survive in such extreme conditions, surely there are possibilities beyond our little blue planet. Just think, subsurface oceans on moons like Europa or slumbering Martian microbes might harbor their own invisible heroes. It's a cosmic mystery waiting to be unraveled. Life's boundary gets blurred, and suddenly our imaginations run wild with the possibility of alien friends chilling underground. Now, let's scamper back to Earth. Here's another wild party trick from the plant world. Flowers that knock you out with their scent. Meet the corpse flower and the carrion cactus. Kings of the grotesque fragrance kingdom, they do an incredible job of mimicking the smell of rotting meat. Why, you ask? Because these flowers want to host the best pollinator bash, inviting flies and beetles with their rancid perfume. It's like being the host of a dark, candlelit dinner minus the food and warmth. Imagine the insects coming in like they're at a free appeal party. They zip in, lured by the scent of decay, and guess what? While they're busy thinking they've found a gourmet meal, they're actually picking up pollen and playing matchmaker for flowers. Talk about multitasking. More bugs, more pollen, more love in the garden, an efficient little ecosystem in action. Folks, these misfit plants go above and beyond in their polygamous pursuits. Some even produce heat. Yes, that's right. They pump out warmth to spread their stench far and wide, making residents curious enough to check out the latest meat offering. This energy investment pays off, ensuring these flora have a bustling social life. After all, romance is in the air, or should we say in the stench. So, when you find yourself cringing at a dead animal smell, just remember the plants that are staking their claim right under your nose. They have a method to their madness, and their fragrant ploys are as clever as any magician's trick. Nature is a master conspirator, always bringing us surprises that force us to rethink our definitions of beauty and desirability. In this curious mix of survival tactics, resilience, and bizarre romances, we see life adapt in the most ingenious ways, from squids swinging high, darkly luminous tentacles to bacteria thriving under tons of rock, and plants that lure unsuspecting diners through the power of scent. Every day brings new revelations. Life, as we can see, isn't just about sunshine and rainbows. It's also about clever tricks and hilarious plays on our unsuspecting senses. Who knew survival could be this entertaining? Imagine a flower so colossal that it takes your breath away, quite literally. The bizarre stench it unleashes could clear a room faster than a fire alarm, while humans might wrinkle their noses in disgust. This plant has outsmarted us all. Its awful aroma lures in unwitting insects, making it a master of survival tactics. Who knew that nature could transform something grotesque into a savvy survival method? Talk about a bloom that's truly unforgettable. Now, let's dive into the underwater world of dolphins, the real champions of multitasking. These intelligent creatures have a sleep technique that puts our napping skills to shame. Instead of full-on slumber, they enjoy unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. Imagine getting cozy while half your brain stays on alert. That's right. One hemisphere can snooze, while the other keeps an eye out for lurking dangers or curious intruders. Talk about the ultimate nap hack, but dolphins don't just wing it with sleep. They're meticulous about who gets the most ZZ. They take turns resting so both sides of their brains get their beauty sleep over a 24-hour cycle. It's like a never-ending sleepover party. But these cetaceans have the added responsibility of ensuring their pod is safe. And if a mother has a calf, well, that's like handing over a coffee for drip. Her attention is spread extremely thin, but you can't blame her when there's a little one to watch after. While dolphins might be catching some winks, we humans have a superpower of our own, an incredible sense of smell. With over 1 trillion scents to sniff, our noses are indeed a remarkable tool. Hidden inside, we find hundreds of receptors, each attuned to different molecular shapes, like a finely tuned orchestra capable of interpreting a symphony of aromas. From the fresh scent of rain to that slight whiff of smoke, our noses can pick up the faintest of traces. But wait, there's more. Our sense of smell does more than just differentiate between scents. It operates as a time machine, A single whiff can whisk us back to nostalgic childhood moments or long-forgotten experiences that remind us of our favorite cookies baking at Grandma's house. Those memories flood in like a wave, crashing over us with the sweet scent of familiarity, teasing our brains with recollections long buried. This remarkable sensory ability didn't just evolve for random fun. It's rooted in survival. Our ancestors relied heavily on their olfactory prowess to sniff out tasty grub and steer clear of danger. Talk about a primal intuition. It also played an essential role in forming social bonds, creating a connection between sense and memories that link us to loved ones, like the scent of a partner's favorite cologne wafting through the air. So here we are, dolphins and humans rocking our respective worlds. Dolphins nap while staying vigilant in the sea, and humans utilize their olfactory skills for both survival and reminiscence. Nature's playground has gifted us with these quirky tactics, a flower that stinks but thrives, and a dolphin that sleeps one brain cell at a time. Who needs caffeine when you can explore the wonders of evolution? In the grand scheme of the animal kingdom, it's clear that life comes with its own set of challenges. Dolphins prioritize safety even while catching some shutty, and humans form lasting connections through a whiff of someone's favorite smell. These adaptations highlight the intricate ways living beings tackle the constant ebb and flow of survival, all while showcasing the tantalizing richness of existence in the wild. Smell may just be the quiet superstar of our senses, overshadowed by the flash of sight and the rhythm of sound. Picture this: every inhale is like tapping into an enchanting library filled with invisible compounds just waiting to spill their secrets. Your nose is like a savvy librarian, translating those whimsical scents into memories and feelings. Who knew your smeller had the most captivating tales to tell? It's like life is one big, aromatic chapter book. Now, let's talk about our feathered friends, the birds. To take to the skies, they faced quite the evolutionary puzzle: how to lighten their load. Imagine them throwing away the metaphorical weight and opting for a skeleton. That's more like an elegant balloon than a hefty boulder. Their bones are like a stylish design feature, filled with air pockets and supported by thin, robust struts. Nature surely has its way of making things function fabulously. These hollow bones come with a nifty little bonus. They're intricately linked to the bird's respiratory system, creating a mix of air sacs that help them breathe efficiently while they flit about like feathered rocket ships. This clever design means they can flap their wings for hours on end without breaking a sweat. Nature knows how to party while keeping it all lightweight and breezy. Talk about an evolutionary dance party. When we think of bones, we often picture rock-solid structures, but in birds, it's all about the balance between strength and delicacy. It's like they carry a little miracle within a skeleton that is both fragile and fiercely resilient. Watching a bird soar above reminds us that even in life's challenges, there's a remarkable way to embrace the lightness while holding on to strength, all bundled in feathers. Now, shifting gears to the creepiest crawlers, the cockroaches. These guys are the geniuses of survival. Forget your average snack break. Cockroaches can last a whole month without munching. Talk about a metabolism that could take the throne. They're like the monks of the insect world, meditating on fat reserves, hanging on every drop of water, and being the ultimate champions of patience, even when the feast is set before them. These little opportunists are not picky eaters. Leftover pizza slice. Check that mysteriously sticky glue from the back of a cabinet. Double check. Not to mention their incredible knack for resilience. Cockroaches can survive radiation levels that would make superheroes weep. Losing a head, no problem, they can chill for days before worrying about that. Despite their less than glamorous reputation, these critters actually showcase the brilliant art of adapting to adversity. They remind us that sometimes it's not about being perfect. Persistence can win the ticket to ride this wild roller coaster we call life. Their persistence is like a catchy survival anthem. Who knew cockroaches would become the motivational speakers of the insect world? And let's not forget the enchanting salamanders. These little marvels have the incredible ability to regenerate their spinal cords like they're piecing together a jigsaw puzzle. If only humans could hop around with such grace and recover from things so effortlessly. Just imagine if we could bounce back from life's little pitfalls the way they do. Oh, you lost a limb? No biggie, just give it a few weeks, and you'll be as good as new. So, whether soaring through the skies or scurrying away under the fridge, life is positively bursting with creatures that teach us the beauty of resilience and adaptability. they each continue to spice up our natural world with lessons that are more than just textbook knowledge. Every critter tells a hilarious and poignant story, reminding us that even in the quirkiest forms of life, there's charm and magic to be found. Salamanders are like the superheroes of the animal kingdom when it comes to regeneration. If these little critters lose an arm, they don't just pout in a corner, they grow it back, complete with muscles, nerves, and bones. And that's not all. These amazing amphibians can even regenerate parts of their spinal cords and brains, which is a bit of a woe moment for science lovers out there. Take the axolotls, for instance. These quirky, water-loving salamanders have scientists practically throwing confetti at their successful healing escapades. They can repair injuries that would leave the average creature flat on its back. Paralyzed, the magic sauce? Well, it's all about turning on dormant stem cells, which work tirelessly to rebuild tissue as if playing a game of Tetris. Talk about a biological comeback. But hold on, folks, the inspiration doesn't stop there. For us humans, who often face the grim reality of permanent spinal injuries, these regenerative powers are a glimmer of hope. Researchers are furiously studying the secrets of salamanders, dreaming of a day when we might enhance our own healing capabilities. Who knows, one day, we might be able to bounce back from injuries like a salamander on a mission. Now, let's hop over to the land of kangaroos. Did you know that a baby kangaroo, or joey, is born smaller than a jelly bean? Yep, that's right. These iconic marsupials have quite the unconventional birthing process. After only about a month of development, the tiny creature emerges blind, hairless, and looking like a wrinkled gummy bear. But fear not, nature's got this, as if prepped for an obstacle course. The newborn joey instinctively crawls into its mother's pouch, making a beeline for comfort. This pouch is like a 5-star hotel for the little one, providing warmth, milk, and all-around protection during its vulnerable growth spurt. While a human might spend their first few months being pampered, joeys chill in a soft, cozy pouch for months on end. Once it's a little more adventurous, the joey begins to peek out, then gradually starts hopping in and out like it's practicing for a kangaroo bounce contest. Finally, the big day arrives when it must leave the pouch for good, ready to tussle and tackle the world. This unique approach allows kangaroos to efficiently reproduce, especially in the rough and tumble of Australia's harsh environments. And speaking of tough, your stomach acid deserves an award for being one mean concoction. Inside your body is a chemical solution so potent it could practically dissolve metal. Yep, you heard me right. Gastric acid, made primarily of hydrochloric acid, is like nature's very own demolition crew for breaking down food. It takes on hefty challenges, munching through stuff like zinc and iron as if they're mere snacks, while its main gig is helping the body absorb nutrients. The sheer intensity of this acid is nothing short of astonishing. So next time you munch on some food, just remember you've got a little bit of a metal-eating superhero working hard to digest your meal. Isn't that a wild thought? Your stomach is a magical little fortress, armed with a thick layer of mucus that's like a protective shield against your own acidic chaos. Just imagine it, the belly's not so subtle way of saying, "Hey buddy, not today." This slippery armor keeps the acid from staging a revolt against your digestive system, but it needs a little refresh every few days. Without it, your stomach would unleash a digestive tantrum, turning everything into culinary chaos. Now, isn't it wild to think about the powerful and slightly scary acid sloshing around in your tummy? This stuff could melt through metal, and yet it turns your pizza into a tasty treat. Each meal is met with a hearty embrace from this caustic concoction, which somehow becomes both nourishment and mayhem all at once. Talk about having a complicated relationship with food. It reminds us of the lively dance between destruction and life. Shifting gears to the ocean. Have you heard about the deep-sea fish with a head as clear as a glass dome? That's right. We're talking about the bizarre yet fascinating barracuda. Living in the crushing darkness of the ocean, its transparent head allows light to filter in while keeping its delicate parts safe. These fish have truly mastered the art of spying, able to rotate their tube-shaped eyes without budging an inch, making them the ultimate underwater ninjas. But don't let the kooky looks of these fish fool you. For the baruli, it's all about survival. With a bit of luck and a lot of skill, they can spot their next meal silhouetted against the faint shimmer of light above. It's a whole new kind of fishing, stealth mode activated. Nature sure doesn't hold back when it comes to showing off the wild wonders lurking beneath the waves. Speaking of epic adventures, let's take a moment to appreciate the regal monarch butterfly. These little aerial acrobats undertake one of the most mind-blowing migrations known to creature kind each year, from the chilly landscapes of Canada down to the sunny shores of central Mexico. It's quite the road trip if road trips involved flying and a lot of determination. What's even more delightful, no single butterfly finishes the trek alone. It's a family affair, spanning generations. One generation pops off at a certain point, lays eggs, then takes a permanent vacation, while the next crew picks up the trail. It's like a relay race, but everyone's flying. These offspring, with no map or GPS, just follow their instinct. The sun and Earth's magnetic field like true nature's navigators. These fluttering explorers are still a mystery in how they know where to go. Is it a sixth sense, ancestral memories, or just sheer butterfly bravado? Regardless, they make the trek look effortless, like sipping on a latte while swirling around in the wind. Talk about taking family bonding to a whole new level, right? So whether you're chuckling at the thought of digestive mayhem or marveling at peculiar fish and wandering butterflies, nature never fails to entertain. The planet is like a vast stage, filled with creatures that have an impressive flair for adapting and surviving. And isn't that just the most charming twist of fate? It reminds us that we're all part of this outlandish performance, where every creature has a role to play. As autumn sweeps in, forests become a spectacle of fluttering orange and black. Millions of butterflies gather on trees, clumping together so densely that the branches actually sag under their weight. It's as if someone invited a flamboyant dance party in nature. Take a stroll through one of these groves, and you'll feel like you've stumbled into a living, breathing kaleidoscope. Talk about a winged wonderland. When it comes to endurance, let's talk about hummingbirds, nature's speed demons. I mean, these tiny dynamos can flap their wings up to 80 times a second, which makes them the rock stars of the bird world. And get this, their hearts can race over 1,000 beats per minute. But when night falls, they hit the pause button. They slip into a state called torpor, where they basically take a power nap to survive. Talk about a dramatic transformation. During torpor, hummingbirds get all cozy and chill. Their body temperature takes a nosedive. Their metabolism slows like a traffic jam, and their heart can actually stop for several seconds. Now, that's commitment. Most animals would call it quits in such a situation. But for these feisty little guys, it's just another tactic to stay alive until dawn comes knocking for more nectar. How's that for a sleep strategy? Now, picture this. A headless beetle walks into a bar. Well, actually, it doesn't walk anywhere because it doesn't have a head. You'd think losing one's noggin would be game over. Right, not for some beetles. They can survive for days post-decapitation. Their secret, they have a decentralized nervous system, allowing them to breathe through tiny openings in their bodies. Talk about resilience. It's a bizarre twist on what we think we know about survival. Sure, they can't munch on anything or react to their surroundings without a brain, but the fact that they keep on living impresses the heck out of scientists. It's a clear illustration of how different vertebrates and invertebrates can be. While we humans can't even last a few seconds without a head, these little soldiers endure a true testament to beetle tenacity. And speaking of resilience, let's dive into the plant kingdom. Believe it or not, plants can sense when caterpillars are munching on their leaves. They might not have ears, but they're definitely not deaf to the sounds swirling around them. When a caterpillar decides to feast, they pick up the vibrations and respond to the threat. They might be rooted in place, but their awareness of the munching menace is anything but idle. So, next time you find yourself grilling a veggie at a barbecue, remember that those plants might just be silently screaming for rescue. Who knew they could develop defense mechanisms inspired by their own version of a caterpillar buffet? Nature is full of surprises, and the plant world is no exception. Together, this fascinating tapestry showcases the unique and quirky survival tactics of the natural world, from hummingbirds taking the ultimate chill pill to headless beetles strutting their stuff. It's a wild roller coaster ride of adaptations that makes you appreciate the undying spirit of life in all its forms. So next time you step outside and feel that crisp autumn air, remember to tip your hat to the remarkable resilience of nature's tiny adventurers. Did you know that plants aren't just sitting around twiddling their leaves? Oh no, they're much more like undercover spies in a botanical world. Studies revealed that some plants can actually detect vibrations, including the munching sounds of those pesky caterpillars. When they hear a leaf chewer coming their way, these green guardians sprang into action, ramping up chemical defenses or beefing up their tissues to stay tough. Talk about a leafy early warning system. Not only that, but these sensitive plants can pick up on the gentle chatter of wind, the pitter-patter of rain, or even the buzzing of friendly pollinators, while humans usually perceive plants as passive. They're actually like the quiet introverts of the plant kingdom, finely tuned to their surroundings and brimming with sophisticated responses. Just imagine a leaf that can hear itself getting munched. It's both eerie and awe-inspiring at the same time, proving that our green friends have a lot more going on beneath the surface. Now, shifting gears to the ocean, let's shine the spotlight on the fabulous octopus. These cephalopods are the real chameleons of the sea, dazzling us with their mesmerizing camouflage skills. But wait, there's more. Octopuses can do more than just change color. Their skin is a canvas, featuring special cells called chromatophores that expand and contract to display a rainbow of colors. That's right, they're basically underwater artists, setting the stage for a vibrant show of patterns and hues. And hold on to your diving gear, because underneath those chromatophores lie the iridophores and leucophores, which reflect light and create shimmering effects. Add to this their ability to alter skin texture at will, and you've got a creature that can morph into rocks, corals, or sandy bottoms in the blink of an eye. Just when you think the octopus can't get any cooler, it can also switch up appearances to chat with fellow octopuses, whether flirting or throwing shade during an underwater tiff. Now, let's take a chilly plunge into the world of Antarctic icefish. These frosty swimmers boast a rather bizarre feature: clear blood. Yes, you read that right, transparent blood. These unique fish have emitted hemoglobin, the stuff that usually gives blood its rose-tinted hue. Instead, they've adapted to flourish in frigid waters by absorbing oxygen right through their sensitive skin and plasma. No need for blood donations here. This remarkable adaptation allows icefish to thrive in an oxygen-rich underwater environment that would leave most creatures gasping for air. Picture this, a glittering underwater realm where these fantastical fish glide effortlessly, with blood that could easily be mistaken for water. It's a fishy fairy tale where oxygen is the magic elixir, and transparency makes them virtually invisible. In a world full of enigmatic wonders, the octopus and the icefish remind us that nature is a wild, creative playground. These spectacular creatures challenge our perceptions of normality and introduce us to marvels that defy our expectations of the animal kingdom. Whether it's a leaf eavesdropping on a caterpillar or an octopus pulling off a dazzling disappearing act, every day in nature is like opening a gift filled with surprises. So, next time you glance at a plant or dip your toes in the ocean, remember there's a bustling world of sensation and transformation happening right under your nose. Who knew the wonders of nature could be so entertaining and, let's be honest, quite hysterical sometimes? As we continue to delve into these botanical and marine mysteries, we're only just scratching the surface of how splendidly bizarre life can be. In the icy depths of the ocean, the heart of the icefish pumps like it's training for a triathlon, supplying tissues that would otherwise be frozen. Picture this, enormous hearts thumping away as these chilly critters glide through frigid waters. While some may scoff at such adaptations, scientists are downright obsessed with them. Icefish are the universe's way of reminding us that there's more than one trick to survival. Plus, they've got clear blood. How cool is that? As if that weren't enough to pique interest, let's chat about some feathered friends. Birds. Those delightful little chatterboxes communicate in songs that are anything but uniform. From the sun-soaked coastline of the west to the busy interiors, white-crowned sparrows belt out tunes that vary like your favorite playlist. It's a veritable concert of regional dialects that changes the way we think about bird brains. Who knew they had such flair for communication? Now, these dialects aren't just for show. Female sparrows have a particular taste. They might just swoon for males who hit the right notes, aligned with local chatter. Imagine trying to woo someone with a romantic serenade that sounds like a kazoo versus a smooth saxophone takes finesse. Scientists are scratching their heads over how culture plays a role in these avian antics. Turns out, they're not just singing for the fun of it, but passing down their tunes through generations. Strolling through a forest, you might find yourself giggling at the idea that even nature has its own cultural nuances. The differing songs aren't just entertainment. They're important for bonding and mating. It's like a big social event. where birds could compete for the best performance trophy, ensuring the legacy of their melodic roots continues. Appreciating this hidden culture is enough to bring a sparkle to the eye of any animal enthusiast. Now, let's take a plunge into the world of the absolute poster child for never grow up. Meet this magical creature hailing from the lakes around Mexico City, living life as an eternal teenager. The axolotl doesn't undergo the usual metamorphosis that many amphibians do. Instead, it sticks to its larval traits like a clingy X, keeping those fabulous feathery gills and maintaining its aquatic charm, all while frolicking in the water. Perhaps the coolest thing about the axolotl isn't its perpetual youth, but its jaw-dropping regenerative abilities. Whether it's limbs, spinal cords, or bits of brain that need sprucing up, this creature is like a walking science experiment. The axolotl has the magical talent to regrow what it loses, proving that you can always bounce back with style. Mother Nature sure had a very inventive day when she cooked up this wonder. In local legend, axolotls are intertwined with myths of gods tied to transformation and survival. Naturally, they symbolize resilience and adaptability, showing that life can throw quite and yet, you can still come out looking fabulous. Is it any wonder that these quirky amphibians have captured the hearts of researchers and enthusiasts alike? Imagine chatting with one of these remarkable beings. They're a reminder that sometimes, growing old gracefully isn't about aging. It's about embracing the weird quirks life has to offer. In a world where the little things count, the axolotl stands tall or, in its case, floats gracefully, showcasing that sometimes the path less traveled leads to the most fascinating discoveries. The axolotl, what a fascinating little creature. It defiantly flaunts its perpetual youth, frolicking through life as a lovable paradox. Picture this, a fully grown salamander that's somehow stuck in the body of a kid. Irresistible. Right, scientists are scratching their heads in awe, trying to decipher these amphibious marvels, hoping to tap into their secrets of regeneration. Who wouldn't want a cheat code for healing injuries? Imagine your skeleton as a friendly chameleon, always updating its wardrobe every decade. Yes, that's right. It may feel like a solid, statuesque frame, but, surprise, it's just a vibrant collection of living cells, constantly breaking down and rebuilding. Talk about a DIY project. Each bone undergoes a renovation, getting stronger with every little tweak, which is pretty impressive for something we tend to forget about while binge-watching our favorite shows. Now, don't get too attached to that bony structure of yours. It's like a secret agent infiltrating the world of regeneration. While you may think you're carrying the same set of bones, you're actually hauling around an entirely new skeleton every 10 years. This constant remodeling keeps them buff and ready to adapt to whatever life throws their way, like sudden yoga poses or spontaneous dance-offs. What's fascinating about our incredible bodies is the message they send us. Nothing is permanent. Each cell gently nudges us toward understanding that even our strongest features are in a state of flux. Instead of thinking about our bones like age-old monuments, let's celebrate them as the ever-evolving structures that they truly are. After all, life is a fab cycle of creation and destruction. Just ask Mother Nature. She's got it down to an art. As we journey through the pulsating world of biology, it's a wild ride, from the unseen spirals of DNA, resembling celestial orbits, to bioluminescent sea critters throwing impromptu rave parties at the ocean's darkest depths. Oh, and don't forget about those secret conversations happening underground, among trees. Nature has a way of connecting everything, creating an unbreakable web of life that giggles at our need for permanence. Every creeping creature and whispering leaf reminds us that change is the name of the game. It's the mystique of the universe. Bones vanish, forests chat away in hushed murmurs, and animals play dress-up in ways that challenge our imagination. Wings that look like stained glass, a feast for the eyes, creatures glowing in the dark. Science fiction comes to life, but the real kicker, you're woven right into this epic story. Your body is a symphony of trillions of cells buzzing about, like a mini beehive working overtime to fix, repair, and revive. It's a true marvel. Every heartbeat is a drum in an orchestra of life, and every breath is your ticket to the show. We may sit still or succumb to weary moments, but even then, life hums and thrums beneath our skin, tirelessly turning the wheels of vitality. Picture it, a universe of laughter, whispers, and beats working in tandem to carry us forward, gently nudging us toward the next chapter in our vibrant existence. Each moment is a link, interlacing with the many facets of the life all around us. So, let's celebrate the beautifully messy journey of being alive as we wrapped up tonight's stroll through the marvels of the universe. Those little sparks of wonder danced like fireflies in your mind, reminding you that life is a wild, whimsical ride. Honestly, isn't it amazing how reality can throw a curveball that makes you scratch your head? The world is a treasure trove of oddities and jewels, just waiting for curious souls like us to dig in. If you felt a serene stillness wash over you, or perhaps even began to nod off, hey, no judgment here. That's nature's sweet lullaby, coaxing you into a well-deserved slumber. Rest is not just an optional accessory, it's a fundamental part of our tapestry, intricately stitched into the essence of all living things. Like that cozy blanket you grab on a chilly night, it's vital. And if you find yourself wide awake and hungry for more cosmic curiosities, I've got a little invitation for you. Slide on over to the next video where we'll dive headfirst into yet another science adventure. Trust me, it's a roller coaster you won't want to miss. Just remember to keep your arms and legs inside at all times. However, if sleep is calling your name like a siren in the night, let these last little nuggets of wisdom carry you gently into dreamland. Imagine fluffy clouds, shimmering stars, and the bustling life of forests, oceans, and skies all around you. Your dreams are about to get a dramatic upgrade. Hold on to your pillows. Thank you for spending this delightful moment with me, basking under the soft glow of curiosity. It's like we shared a cozy little campfire where ideas and thoughts flickered and danced. If you found joy in our adventure, perhaps drop a delightful subscription or a sweet little thought below. It's a simple way to gather more kindred spirits wandering through the realms of wonder. At this point, there's truly nothing left to do. The day is winding down, like a book gently closing after a thrilling read, waiting for tomorrow's questions to unfold. Nature, with all its enigmatic charm, will keep on working quietly while you bask in the cozy cocoon of sleep. Isn't that a lovely thought? So, take a deep breath and let yourself float into a world of dreams, filled with everything strange and spectacular. Picture the vibrant life that breathes all around us, each bizarre creature and stunning vista waiting to greet you in slumber. It's your adventure now, and my, what a story it will be. Sleep well and allow those dreams to take you to whimsical places. As you drift deeper into the embrace of sleep, remember that the extraordinary is always just around the corner, ready to offer a peek into the whims of the universe. Good night, Dream Explorer. Your next great adventure awaits.